pulled in and we left for Dan's birthday party. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was my first event with it.
Yeah. That was your first event? I thought you had an event before that with the car.
Oh.
In August.
I'm surprised. That actually went live.
Is it live?
Oh, we're live now.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
All right, well.
I am
I think
surprised
that
by
was. No, I think my first. I'd have to look at my pictures.
All right, I'm going to share this because.
What happened, Tim?
What?
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, you're going to share this?
Yeah.
All right, we're live, boys.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So we're talking about my 350Z, and Noel brought it up the conversation about the electric power steering, but maybe we should introduce ourselves for those of us that may not know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all know us.
Yeah, I think so, right?
So at the helm, who we have is...
It is... Hang on, because I'm still trying to sort out these things here. And it's not working right. Oh, snap. Anywho. Okay,
Say your name.
folks, welcome to episode 2 of The Clipper Point. One of your hosts, Captain Ben, and with me is Mr. Tim Murphy.
Well, hello there.
And also we have Noel Garcia.
Hey, how's it going?
Unfortunately, one person from the group that's missing out this time around is Paul Murphy, who, Tim, maybe you have an update as to what's going on?
So Paul bought a new house, and he's been working on it like crazy. Aside from his regular job, so he's working his regular job and then working on the new house. So he's just been busy. He's finally got a garage, and he told his wife that she can have the rest of the house, but he gets the garage. So, but he still has to accommodate. He had to, I have my washer and dryer in the garage, so he had to move the washer and dryer. He had a bunch of stuff he had to do. I was over there last weekend helping him out with hang some drywall. So he is feverishly working to finish his garage, and hopefully we'll have a show at his garage when he gets it all done. That'd be nice.
That'll be awesome. That'll be awesome.
And he's only like 3 minutes away.
That's cool. Yeah. Hey, I recently moved too, actually.
Oh, you did? That's right.
Yeah, so I moved like about 2 weeks ago, and I have a garage as well.
Oh.
But it's so small that it's not going to be worth doing. And plus, I live so far away from everybody.
No, I mean, remember my old house where we used to do the podcast a long time ago?
Yeah.
That was half a garage.
Yeah.
Well, and I was able to fit a tire machine in there. I was able to do a lot of stuff out of it. Yeah, everything was in the driveway mostly, but...
Yeah, mine's a one car, so it's half of this. And but, you know, I have an HOA and all that, so I can't really be working on the cars too much. Not that I really have one yet. Keyword yet. But, yeah.
Are you even looking?
Oh, yeah, I'm looking.
You know, there's a guy selling 350Z for $3,000.
Really? What year?
It's 2004.
Okay.
And it's a 6-speed.
Okay. It's an early one, but
it's in Davies, right around here too.
But that's not a bad price.
And it's lowered. Actually, I saw a Mustang.
What
year?
$2,000, the Jimbo's style.
Okay, so the 99304, the New Edge.
Okay.
Yeah. Those are actually really
for
good
like
cars.
$2,400.
Yeah.
And it was lowered, and had wheels on it, and it was a manual. So just a little steering kit. You could afford that.
Yeah. Well, that's.
Maybe I'll send that to you.
Yeah,
it's in Miami.
I'll definitely check it out. I'm just.
And it's red.
This mic stand isn't really holding on, but let me see if I can.
That bad?
Well, the question is, will it fit in the garage?
The Mustang.
The Mustang. I mean, because
actually,
have you bothered to look at the, I guess, square footage of your garage?
Actually, here's the funny thing: a family friend of ours has a New Edge Mustang. Just happens to be a V6, but it's still the same car. And we put it in the garage with the garbage cans inside and everything, and it fit just fine. Actually, it fit better than my Honda Accord. So
They're not that big of a car.
No, it's not that big of a car. But now, I mean, the Mustang I'm really looking into is the S197 generation, which is from 05 to 2014. And those...
Oh, now you're getting picky.
Well, I know. I do need something that I could drive every day, too. So
What's the chassis? S17, you said?
S197.
S197.
Yeah. Those are the ones that, well, we were talking about the electric steering racks and whatnot. In 2011, those came with electric steering racks.
Yeah, that's the kind that Willie poopy.
Yes.
Yeah. He used to have.
He had one of those. That's the old.
I liked his because he slammed it too.
It looked really cool. But yeah, that's the old 4.6 3-valve engine that was still power steering with hydraulic power steering. But then in 2011, they went to the Coyote, which is a better engine. But then they went to the electric power steering rack, which is a better, not as good of a steering system for drifting purposes. But funny enough, from what I heard from Chelsea DeNova, is that they are gonna be coming out with a fix. He and Vaughn are working on something for a fix for the self-steering on the electric power steering cars.
Now, is it worth it? Now, so what you're saying earlier is that basically it sounds like the fix is just a programming thing. So it's like they're developing a program they can just download into the computer. Is that what you think they're working on?
It's either that or they're going to be putting a plug-in controller into it because there is a company called Cortex Racing that does a controller that JTP uses on his car. But I've never gotten around to asking if you can use that while still having the factory ECU on the car. So
wait, JTP still has a factory ECU?
No. I'm saying if I were to get one of those cars, can I still use the factory ECU while plugging that controller in? Because you would be unplugging the ECU from the rack. So I don't know if that would throw up any warnings or something, or make the car go crazy, or whatever. But I mean, those are all like things that I'll have to look into.
So is that what you're going to save up for, you think? You think you're going to go with the Mustang?
It's either, man, there's so many cars.
Well, you got to pick one, man.
I know. But I mean, it's whatever comes out to being a good deal. I definitely would like a Mustang because my family has always had Mustangs. But the Z is just such a good platform right off the bat with, aftermarket support and, and actually community support, because when you go out to the drift events, everybody has a Z. So if something goes on, somebody will know how to help you, or might have a part that might help you out at the event, or even getting home. So those are a lot of things.
Here's
to look forward to.
2000 Mustang. That's the one. He wants $2,900. Take a look at that. Sorry, folks.
Okay.
No, you're
that's
good.
pretty. That's
it's not
that's
bad.
It's not bad looking car. It's got the bumper on it. It's got a little.
It's got a Steeda bumper.
It's got the hood, the cowl hood, or whatever some kind of hood on there. I know it's not factory.
Oh, that's a factory hood.
Is it really?
Yeah, they just hollowed it out, but that's a factory hood.
It's not bad. I don't know. Now, he doesn't say what V8 it is inside there, so it's probably 4.6.
It's probably the 4.6 2-valve that comes from the factory.
So what, though?
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I mean, that's a
good looking car.
It's only 260 horsepower, but the amount of torque it has, and the fact that there's a plethora of... Is it plethora or plethora? I
guess
know.
it depends where you're from.
Yeah, well, I'm going to say plethora of gear ratios.
Plethora.
Okay.
Yeah.
Almost sounds like a medieval, sorcerer name. I'm going to fight Plethora for the ring.
Plethora the Conqueror.
Yeah, Plethora the Conqueror. Anyways, yes. So
well, I just wanted to highlight, since we're talking about Z's and so forth, whatchamacallit, hold on, let me just cue this up.
yeah, my wife, actually, she's looking at the new Z.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like...
Oh, no. Wrong thing. Hang on.
No.
Let me just rewind over here.
Oh, wait. Watch. Close your eyes, children. Close your eyes.
There it goes.
Ooh, that sounds better than the... Sounds better than mine.
Oh, yeah, it's twin turbo. But the really exciting part about that was that now it's confirmed it's available in a manual transmission. Right.
Well, I
there.
mean, commercial, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of people were speculating because if it does come with the VR30D TT or D whatever it's called, I know they have different names now. That engine was never available, or I don't think there was a VR engine available with a manual transmission. So this will be the first car with it. So, a lot of people were speculating, is it going to come manual? The Supra isn't manual, and that's the competition. A lot of cars are starting to are going to be automatic or dual clutch transmissions, so are we going to have that? And now it's been confirmed we have a manual. So, cool factory drift car.
What's the price tag on that thing going to be?
I'm pretty sure it's going to be competitive to the Supra, maybe a little bit less. I expect it to be
60s.
upper 30s.
Oh, okay. So I
mid
thought the Supra was like in the 50s.
well, I'm saying MSRP would be, in the 50,000 is for the Supra, right? So I would expect the Z to be in the upper 30s to mid 40s.
Okay.
In that range.
It's not bad though.
I expect that. We don't know yet.
Now we'll see. You see the cars, and once you see them on the street, they always look totally different. But I saw, I don't know if it was a render or if it was one that was actually out there.
Yeah.
And it really had like the styling of the 280Zs back in the day, the 240s.
Yeah, the S30 chassis. Yeah.
It really, I caught it. I could see. I was like, oh, I could see how they captured that.
Yeah, I saw that as well. It looks. I think from some of the renderings, of course, those are mostly renderings that we've seen.
Yeah.
I think it looks cool. I just can't wait for the full reveal from Nissan.
Yeah. Because now I got my truck. My wife's like, I got a 2016 Silverado, and I didn't get the full crew cab, but I got the extended cab, so it's more than enough room in the back seat for our family.
Yeah.
So she's like, well, now we really don't need the four-door Lexus anymore. She's like, what's coming out there? She really likes convertibles. She was like, well, it's like, go look, the Z. They're coming out with a new Z. She looked at it. She's like, maybe in a year or so I'll get a Z. I was like, oh, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be great. Now, I mean, from what I've seen is that they're planning for 2023, so it's going to be a little more than a year.
Well, that's fine. Just give us time to save up.
Yeah, yeah. And, but, I mean, the Z has been a proven platform. Every generation they've come out with great cars. I haven't really seen a Z where it's been kind of a letdown.
Yeah.
Maybe the S130s when they came out in 1980. They were kind of the bigger version of the older S30 chassis, and people didn't like that. But it was still a nice car.
It still is a nice car. Like I see it. Like I don't like the way it looked drifting, but I've seen a couple on sale on Facebook Marketplace that had like a little bit of like just lower, just stanced out a little bit. I'm like, I mean, that's a good looking car. It really is a good looking car. The T-top, and they had a T-tops on those. I go, that's a cool looking car.
That's a really good looking car.
Yeah.
And
there she is.
My, what a surprise.
Oh, well, hello there. watching us nerds on TV.
Oh, boy.
You want to scoot over?
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to be changing mics here.
All right, Paulie, if you want, there's a chair behind Ben. Grab a chair behind Ben. I didn't quite go that far because I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
There's pizza there if you want some pizza.
Yeah, there's mushroom and chicken.
Don't break anything in the process, please.
Yeah, don't break anything.
Okay, I'm going to get the mic that's...
Don't sit on your phone.
Oh, boy.
Sit on
No, we're all getting situated here. My brother just showed up. Were you working on the house?
No, I was asleep on the bed.
You were?
How's this, Ben? Am I good?
What made you wake up? You heard us talking about you?
Yeah, I heard you guys talking about it.
Oh, you were listening?
About the new Z.
Yeah.
Oh, man, look at that. Look at that.
All right.
Yeah, anyways.
Yeah, so as we were talking about the Z. So, yeah, so we'll give something, I showed it to Leslie, and she's like, wow, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be kind of hard to find somebody that wouldn't like something like that. What do you think, Ben?
Oh, he's doing the camera thing.
I know he's
cameras.
I know he's fixing the
he's
cameras, but as we all know, our great friend Ben here, he's
the master. He's the MC. He's the captain. He's at the helm.
He's the lover of Nissans.
Yes.
So but all right. Well, Paul's here. Well, he's got a mouthful. Do you have any opinions?
On the new Z?
Yeah.
I like it. I mean, everything I saw about it so far.
Yeah.
I didn't see the video that you guys just saw.
Yeah, well, he didn't really play the whole thing because Noel started talking over it.
Well, you started talking first.
Well, that was the whole thing, really.
You're like, it sounds good.
Yeah, you're right. Whatever. Still your fault.
Yeah, that was the
The
whole
rendering
thing.
I saw looked like the 280Z or 240Z, which
did.
really, I've always loved that look.
Yeah, I still like, if I could get...
I grew up going to school in the back, in the hatchback of the 280Z.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And
That's awesome.
My dad sold it for $400.
Oh,
You sold it for a microphone.
No, that's
traded it for
Blues
a
Brothers. That's the
traded it
Blues.
for a microphone.
No,
really?
that's the Blues Brothers.
No, he really did.
No, he didn't. He
Nick
sold.
Laskin.
No, he didn't trade it for a microphone.
And then now, if you look at what
I was there
people
when
are
he sold
paying
it.
for these cars,
No, he's thinking of Blues Brothers. You ever seen Blues Brothers, the original one?
I never really.
Hey, what
got
happened to
around.
Bluesmobile? I traded it. Traded it. What did you trade it for?
For a microphone.
A microphone. He's like, I can see that. But yeah, he sold it for like some ridiculous amount of money because he thought the brakes were bad. He didn't want to change the brakes.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
my mom finished.
It was a 2+2?
Car out.
Yeah, 2+2 inline 6. It was automatic though.
Yeah, but I mean, still, any
This is an iconic
old
car.
Z,
Oh,
you know what they're fetching for now. I mean, you're talking about if you did sell it for $400, like
it was ridiculous.
wow.
And now they're going for like $15,000, $16,000.
Oh yeah.
There's a guy I follow and a couple guys I follow on Instagram that I just love the car. They look so good.
Speaking of cars going up in value, real quick, I know it's going to be a little off topic, but have you seen that S13 single cam that went for $32,000
Oh boy.
on
Did it
Bring a
crash?
Trailer?
On what? Bring a trailer? Really?
Yeah. Did you click on the link
No.
of the crash? Yeah, he didn't crash. But anyway, yeah, I mean that it's just what these cars are starting to fetch. You know, like for good, clean stock examples of, you know, cars that we grew up thrashing around. Now they're going up in crazy amounts of.
I couldn't justify paying $30,000
For a 240.
for any car, even the Z. Like even if it was fully built, I'd have a hard time paying $30,000 for a car unless it's brand new and I'm.
Well, I
you
mean,
know.
if let's say you were in a situation where you can store this car or, you know, drive it around on the weekends.
For a 240?
Yeah, but hang on. And it's a car that is increasing in value every day. It's money in the bank. So when you think about it,
Ka-ching.
you know, it's an investment.
Yeah,
Now,
That
it-
car is never going to go more than that.
It probably will eventually.
No, I don't.
Eventually, I mean,
The thing is that people like these
That was
cars.
some
Most of
cra-
the
that
people
was
that
some
really like
crazy
these cars don't
nut.
have any money.
that was back then, but now a lot of them have grown up and they have, you know, they have
Weird
really good
obsessions.
jobs. Yeah, look. There's so many cars that are.
Well, I mean, it was a 240. It wasn't any. It wasn't.
It wasn't anything
Sylvia. It wasn't.
No, it
anything
was
else like
nothing
that.
special.
That's
It
what I'm
was
saying.
just a
I could
freaking
get a
240.
Skyline. I can get an R32 or R33.
Yeah, I would rather.
Probably I can even R34
Yeah.
for
Way
that
cheaper than
price.
What
Let me
I-
think here. What would I rather have?
Okay, well, of course, what I would rather have is a Skyline or even a Sylvia
but
or whatever.
Skylines are more rare than that 240 is.
Yeah, but how many 240s do you know in that condition?
I mean, you're
that are
trying to
dead
defend
stock?
it, and I appreciate.
There are
I
some
appreciate
driving around here.
Yeah.
Every now and then, I see just a bone stock
Old lady
240.
driving. Yeah.
The old
Stock
guy,
car,
old lady
jacked up.
driving it, and it drives me crazy. I'm like, if
Hubcaps, original hubcaps, and everything.
Yeah,
Well, the person who paid that kind of money must have seen something in it, or the condition of the car must have been like showroom stock, like
I don't
perfect.
know.
You know, it could have been one of these cars that.
I understand an 8.6. I mean, I've seen.
I still couldn't pay 30 for an 8.6.
Well-
And then there was a
Depends
guy
on
selling
what-
$20,000 selling a right hand drive 8.6
Well,
in Miami.
there was a Corolla GTS that sold a
White-
year or two ago.
White and black, right?
No, I forgot. I think it was red, and it went for $24,500.
There was a guy selling one for $8,000 right hand drive, 11,
Okay.
and had wide body. Now he had roll cage and everything done to
Yeah.
it, so the color was like candy apple green,
Yeah.
and he won like $7 or $8 grand for it. I was like, man, Ben. I talked to Ben about that. That was right before I bought the Z. Remember Ben?
Oh, that was a while back.
Yeah, but remember I was saying, I'm thinking about buying an 8.6.
Yeah.
And I talked to Ben. He's like, hey, you may really want to think about that. And,
Yeah.
And my thinking was, it's like training. It's going to put me to the test. It's really going to.
Yeah.
But then he's like, you may
don't wanna
end
be-
up finding yourself more frustrated
Yeah.
than getting and
You
fighting the car.
hated the E30 when it was frustrating.
But I kept with it, and then once I changed the rear end.
Correct, but you're based on what you were telling me as you were discussing the vehicle, you wanted something that you could just get in, drive, put it away, not have to worry much about. And I felt like the 8.6 didn't
Yeah,
fit that bill because you would have had to worry about, in particularly like spare parts. You'd have to worry about just trying to maintain it, and perhaps based on the power plant that it offers right off the bat.
Right.
Yeah, it would have given you a lot of training, a lot of effort for you to actually drift it the way they wanted to.
Right.
But I think the most important thing was, the AC part of it. I think you just wanted to go to the track, just relax in the AC, and I think everything with considering everything, the 350Z just fit the bill.
Yeah, I remember when I
Yeah.
called you and told you, I was like, yeah, I got a 350Z. You're like, yeah, you made a good decision. And I was against it.
Yeah.
I really was against the NA350.
The more stock it is,
but the more I drive it,
the
the more I
better
love
it
it.
is. But speaking real quick on 8.6s, we do have a friend over on Xbox that in North Carolina. He just bought an 8.6 a couple weeks ago.
Oh, who's this?
A friend of ours named Justin out of North Carolina. He
Does he have an Instagram tag?
I don't know him on Instagram though. That's the funny thing. I know him on Facebook.
What's his Facebook?
Justin Monteith, something like that.
What's his shop's name?
Queen Speed.
There
we go.
There you go.
Oh yeah, I do have that on Instagram.
Oh, there you go.
So there you go.
Good save, good save.
Check out Queen Speed.
Yeah, Queen Speed something. Yeah.
Support friends and.
But he just bought an 8.6, a barnyard fine, for $3,000. It was an original GTS. It was pretty rough. Whatever. He cleaned it up. He put it up on I don't know what website, and he ended up selling the car for $13,000 with just cleaning it up. That's it.
Yeah, but then
And it didn't take long either.
And it didn't take long.
He just
you're
put it up,
saying
and he was just getting
that
calls
Nis-
right off the bat.
that Nissan 240 sold for more than double a clean 8.6.
It wasn't that clean. It
Oh.
it was a barnyard fine. Like the car was just sitting there for years and years, collecting dust and grime and dirt. So
Yeah, but he cleaned it, so all dust and grime and dirt's gone.
but the paint, it was sitting in the sun too.
Oh.
So I mean,
So it still needed a lot of work.
it needed a lot of work. But $13,000 for a car that
I'm surprised it sold for that much, considering. I mean,
I'm not surprised at this point.
No, at this point,
considering
for an
the
original
prices and-
GTS, like an actual numbers matching GTS car, yeah, they're gonna go for big money now. So,
Who'd have thunk?
yeah.
Well, the
I've
car
always
brand new
wanted
was like
one.
$6,000.
It was like what, about 11,000?
No.
no
yeah,
way.
No,
yeah, it was like 9 to 11.
in '86. You sure?
Yeah,
I want to say it was like around 7.
let's look it up on Google. Google is our
Google.
friend.
Oh,
so
boy.
you guys
Google.
could keep talking while I
Yeah.
do this.
Yeah.
So what's the topic?
Fact checker.
That's what
He's a
we were
fact
talking
checker.
about.
I didn't say fat. I said fact. Fact checker.
Fact checker.
You gotta
Yeah.
articulate, Tim.
Articulate. I got articulate.
I figured I'd start by queuing up some of the runs from the Formula Drift event. You guys all saw it, right?
I watched it. Yeah, I
He
didn't watch
watched
the
it.
se- I didn't watch the second round though.
I did watch some highlights of the Asbo, and I have seen, but I didn't watch the whole thing because I got caught in the house doing a bunch of stuff.
It started at 97.
97, so it was right. So I
Around
was.
there.
You went over, so you lost.
I know I did. I
That
lost.
was
so
the
bad.
closest without going over. I said.
And I'm the 8.6 guy. Oh well.
I know.
Quit your job.
So all right, what were we talking about?
You're
We're talking about FD. We were
FD.
just talking about
So you
how.
saw-
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you saw it, right?
Yeah, I saw all 3 rounds. The Pro 2 round.
Oh, I was gonna say 3 rounds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The
Oh,
Pro
I
2
forgot
round
about
and
that.
both round 1 and 2 of Pro.
I did watch some of the Pro 2. I was watching a Pro 2.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
I only watched Pro 1 first round.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll
I just
jump.
wanted to see Asbo win, and then once I saw Asbo win, I was like, "Ah, go sleep."
I heard there was a call, and I didn't see the first round, but that Chelsea he got a bad call against him that possibly in the first round. Does that make sense?
Against Asbo?
Not against Asbo.
No, he
I think
went
it
up
was-
against.
Oh,
Who did
who did he go up against?
forgot.
But I think he did something. You know who really got screwed out of a run was God. What the hell? Is
Jeff
his name?
Jones.
Jeff Jones. Jeff
Yeah.
Jones got screwed out of his run because almost everybody took that same line, but for some reason they said, "Oh, okay, well Jeff Jones took that line and he couldn't follow him." But no, the guy just spun out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude
well,
just spun out behind him.
Yeah.
Oh,
and they were trying to
I know
blame.
what you're talking about.
so about that, what they said is that
That
Jeff
said,
Jones wasn't
Jeff-
on throttle. He was supposed to be on throttle there.
No, well, no.
Well,
he was-
no, but this is the thing is,
oh, he
so
was-
so Jeff Jones' team brought up a petition, and they gave him the check, and when they had the drivers meeting, it says if you're going to petition, bring forward evidence to prove why you want the call changed, because they did challenge the call. Chris Jackson did challenge the call. Chris paid from his own pocket. Was going to pay for his own pocket. He's like, that's a BS call. He goes, we didn't break. We were on full throttle, and they had the video footage of a full throttle. When they went up there, they said we're not taking any petitions.
what?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty rough.
That's not cool.
No,
Yeah.
not cool.
And
But,
they have the data logging in now. They could tell, so they'll pull the data log.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. Do you have
it was-
do you have
it was-
that
it was a
queued
bad
up
call.
by any chance?
I'd have to look for it.
I don't
Actually,
know why.
remember.
That just doesn't make any because you watch everybody. They take it wide as hell, and of course, I mean they're going out so wide that maybe they're not on full throttle because they're going uphill too.
What round was it on?
It's the first
That
round.
was the first.
First round.
Was it
top
the first
32
round?
or
No, it was the
top
second.
16.
I
top
think it was
16.
top 16 of round 2.
That was round 2.
No, it was round
Round
1.
two.
Was it round
round
1?
one.
You sure?
Round 1.
It's round 1.
Okay.
All right, I just got to make sure. So
No,
I
it is
cue
round
it
1
up
because
properly.
that's the only one I watched. And that's the
Wait,
only
was
one
it
I know.
against?
Oh, well, yeah, because he
It
saw,
was
yeah.
against the Japanese guy.
Yeah.
Kazuya Taguchi?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think
Yeah, I think
Bless you.
that's round 2.
Gesundheit.
No, it's round 1.
Okay, all right, we'll see.
I literally saw. It's only saw round 1.
Make
Okay,
up reminds. Also,
well,
in
he
the
said he
chat,
only
hey
saw round
Franz.
1, so it couldn't be round 2.
Yeah. All right, cool. Then it's round 1.
I don't know.
Hang
Who
on.
knows?
I just got to cue this up.
But
So
and
actually, I wanted to talk before we actually get to the
Okay.
actual battles and so forth. I wanted to ask you guys about your opinion in regards to the live stream itself. Obviously, there's a new production crew that they introduced this year. There's been some changes. Actually, a lot of positive from what I saw.
They took out the.
And there's been some other changes where I'm like,
Doesn't
I don't
make
know.
any
But in your opinions, how do you feel about the live stream overall?
What did they take out, Paul?
No engine sounds.
No, I heard plenty of engine sounds.
Not on.
I
Is
heard.
it in your brain?
No, I heard it.
Okay, because there was no engine sounds on the round 1.
Well, I don't know. I heard them.
It was in your freaking brain.
You know, I heard them clearly.
he was going.
Maybe. But
I don't know.
no,
I can't
heard
say. So
I don't know. There was a point where there was no engine sounds. I don't know if it was the entire round, but
The sliders were
there
really
was
slow
even
this time.
Yeah, I will say this: the new drone is really nice. I like that touch. Some of the camera angles.
I
were
thought the
really,
camera angles sucked.
Yeah, they were kind of awkward, but some were
Everything was
okay.
like top view. It was like, okay, we're watching little micro machines.
Well, because of the location that they're at.
Why wouldn't they have a? I mean, I get a top view as well, but let's get some turn views.
Yeah, I agree. You want to have some
well,
side
that's
views.
what they had the drone for.
Yeah. Well, what's good
Yeah, but
about
no,
the
the
top
drones
view
is top
is you
Drone
get to
is
see
the
the
top
angle
view.
a little better. You can really, right.
I like the
Different.
drone. I'm not against the drone. I'm just not really into that top view look. It's just
I really thought that was not to change subjects, but the Chelsea and Von Gittens nighttime video shoot that was pretty freaking cool.
Oh man,
Wasn't that cool?
Yeah,
didn't
Seneca
watch it.
Circuit.
I
Yeah, that was
I
awesome.
saw a little bit of it and I was like, wow, it's almost like Tron. It was
Yeah.
really cool.
It's
It was
so
really cool. They did a good job with that one. Makes me
Yeah.
want to buy the LEDs, but I can't afford anything
Wait,
right now.
what did I
Oh,
put?
well,
I
they're
put
at
top-
AutoZone,
top
so they're not
16.
expensive.
No, but I just bought a truck, so I'm like,
Oh well, yeah, that's understandable. So that's the guy who.
Yeah,
Okay,
there he
Kazuya Taguchi.
up garage.
Well,
Then we'll bring an up garage over to
Hang
America.
on. Wait, hold on. Yeah, I think it is this one, but we're gonna have to fast
No, it
forward.
doesn't make sense
Oh, there.
here.
Here it
Yeah,
is. Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah, here
all
it
right.
is right here.
You guys
So is
wanna
everybody
watch all
watching?
of
Is
this?
everybody watching what's on the TV, or are they watching us?
Hang on.
Oh.
I just gotta set it up here.
No,
Oh
swap
yeah,
it,
that's
swap
it right there. Yeah, Jeff Jones and
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
now people
So
can watch
cars
it.
are taking off.
yeah, I don't hear any.
Initiating.
Well, no. I didn't put the volume up.
Oh, you didn't
want
put
me
the
to put the volume up?
No, you don't. I mean, you could put a little up.
Okay, hang on. Let's see.
Whoa,
Yeah.
Jeff Jones getting
Jeff
right on his
Jones,
door.
a
He's
little wobbly
a little
there.
sloppy, but you know,
But he's got proximity.
he does.
Lost the proximity through
He-
Outer
he-
Zone
yeah, but
3,
that's
but
because
he
he-
got it right back
this-
through Outer Zone 4.
It's because he brake checked, he corrected, and then I give the lead driver a chance to pull away, but he was able to close that gap.
Yeah.
So yeah, Paul's right. There is no car sounds.
Well, there's no sound at all.
Oh, okay.
No, there was a point. I don't know. I don't think it was the entire day, but it was a point where.
So let's see if
had
So
we
you-
can pick anything out from this. Let's see what happens to Jones.
Actually, I don't
Jones
mind
goes
this.
up
I
on
don't
the-
mind this camera angle. Wow, he really dove in there, but the guy was.
But he was on the rumble strip, which kind of sent the car offline.
I
lead
didn't say
driver
it was,
offline?
I didn't say
No,
I hated the angle. I'm just saying
Jones.
That, see, look, he's as wide. I mean, he's not as wide, but he's pretty freaking wide out there.
Yeah.
the lead driver
Yeah. You'll see here. They faulted
right on there. That was both good. I mean, I can only fault Jeff Jones for a little too much corrections, like a little sloppy on trying to follow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the guy
and-
was real wide there. The lead driver's real wide
Yeah.
there. So now we're going to turn it and see what happens.
Yeah, let's.
So this
fast
is
forward a little bit.
I'm
This
pretty
is-
sure this is the questionable round, but I don't know. They win a couple times, from what I remember.
Oh,
Did they?
A little bump there.
yeah.
I thought they.
But
did
they said in the
twice.
driver's meeting you have to give room for the lead car
Off
to
throttle,
initiate.
Gets back on throttle.
Jeff Jones right on the inner clip, coming out
Yeah.
nice and wide, pulling the distance. Let's see here.
You guys practicing?
Yep, I'm practicing for
Jeff
clutch
Jones
kickers.
goes off course right there.
Where did he go off course?
Yeah, he's off course.
But everybody
wait,
did.
hold a second.
Everybody
where was he
went
off
out
course?
there.
Let me explain.
No, I know you explained.
He's asking where he's off course. I'm gonna answer
It's
that.
not off course though. Watch Asbo's run. Watch everybody's run. They all go
and
out
they
there.
all go off course, and they would say it on the live stream. He's off course.
So they both went off course
They
on their
didn't,
lead
no,
run.
they didn't say. They never said that was off course.
No, Kazuya. Yes, they did. They
didn't.
The part of the track on the outside part with all the little lines on it is
Yeah, I know.
off course. That's not the outer zone.
everybody was going off course then.
Yeah, on that round, but
Show me.
Why did they
That's
fall
off
to-
course.
that's
off-
there. That's off.
Why do they
Okay,
have the
watch-
cones out wide then? Oh,
Yeah,
but the guy.
it's not off course.
Yeah, but that guy totally lost drift. That's
Yeah,
a
I
zero.
know.
Whether he was off course or not, that
But
was a
that's
drift.
what they gave it to him for. They said he's because he was slowing down.
Let's look at it again. Let's see.
This is such a messed up run. Literally watch the next battle, and you'll see the same thing.
He's off throttle in an area where he's supposed to be on
Who
throttle.
was
as
who
well.
was off throttle? Jeff Jones was not off throttle.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
There's no tire smoke there, and
Okay,
no
listen.
tires.
I got firsthand knowledge that he was
You
not
got
off
insider
throttle
info.
with video footage that I can give you that shows him on throttle.
Hang on, let me fast forward this.
it did look like he
Go to the
was
next
slowing
run.
down.
Go to the next run with the.
Look
That's
at the
them
rear
reviewing
wheels.
it?
Go,
They're not stopped.
They
yeah,
didn't stop.
Go back a couple
but he
seconds.
that there's no reason
Watch.
he was not
Look-
that.
Look
but
how
wait,
slow they're going.
he was.
It's in slow motion.
But then it speeds up out of nowhere. It means he was off throttle as he was going off.
Listen.
No, there's
he
different levels
still
of
should
throttle.
have. He should have been able to hang with him. He didn't park it.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, that guy threw it in too hard behind him. No, he over rotated right there. He was already over.
Yeah, he was already rode. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, no, he was no. He
Before
was
the
already,
white line, he was already over rotated.
I don't know. I saw that he goes off course and he was off the throttle for a long
Off
time.
course, everybody literally go to the next.
But
battle.
Kazuya didn't go off course when he was leading.
Let's see.
So what?
Are you sure?
I'm positive because I saw it.
No, go back. God, I gotta. Oh man,
Go back where?
Go back.
Go back. He wants to go to
Kazuya's
the
run.
first run,
Yeah.
The
where
first run.
the
Okay.
Jeff Jones is chasing.
He literally almost put it in the same place.
Okay. All right. Well, out of the. Hang on. Further back.
Man, it's quite a ways.
Let's
back.
see here. I didn't know what I was looking for
no.
for
Keep
the
going
first
back.
time.
He's
Keep going
Jeff
back.
Jones is
my
leading
bad.
there.
Sorry.
There you go. There you go. Right
There
there.
you go.
Well, we'll just show the replay of that. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't go as wide, not nearly as wide. But what does it matter? Everybody else, literally in the next run, goes as wide.
Not off course.
I get you, but everybody else goes
But it
off
was
course.
it's still a deduction. It's still a disadvantage.
I'll give
So-
it a deduction, but I mean,
But
the guy spun out behind him. That's a zero.
Because Jeff Jones was off throttle and going
That's
off
not-
course.
If anybody's off throttle, that means I can spin out for free.
That's a good point.
If they're
doesn't
slowing
make
down
any-
ahead of
But
you,
that's
What does that mean?
and
He's in
it,
the turn.
and it makes you cause a it causes you a mistake.
I don't
No,
think
that's
he
bull.
he wasn't that close where he
No.
should have spun.
You should not have.
He
spun.
wasn't that close where he should have spun.
Well, you guys also
Because
need to
listen,
remember
this-
there's a lot of technicalities in Formula Drift. It's not just
my
judging
God.
off of your feelings here. There's a lot
Feelings?
of because
You're judging off of feelings.
No, but this is the thing is what
I'm
you're
giving
saying.
you the facts.
No. Look at go to the next battle.
I'm
There it
going.
is.
I'm going.
But this is the thing is he shouldn't have spun there. He should have followed you're supposed to follow the chase driver's supposed to
See, that
follow the
should've
lead
never
car's line,
happened.
yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
So if the lead car goes off track, you have the freedom
Brian
to go off
agreed.
track.
But if-
yes or no?
yes, you're right. No, not really. If the car in front of you goes off track, you don't have to go off track with him.
He
He has no idea right now that he's off track, and he over rotates.
that
He
was
has no idea. There's no way he has any
But look
idea.
at the way Jeff Jones was slowing down versus the way Kazuya was coming up. Jeff Jones should have been on throttle from the beginning of that zone.
No, let's go.
He
watch
shouldn't
the
have
next, let's
spun.
watch the
There's no
next- let's
reason
go
why he
watch
should
the
have
next
spun.
one.
Look,
Let's literally go watch the next battle.
He's on
'Cause-
throttle right there.
Let's watch the next battle.
yeah,
please.
but he should have been on throttle way back there.
How you're on throttle before you switch back?
No. You transition, you slow down, and then
How do you
get into-
transition, slow down, and
Can
then
you go
bid
back
back
just
on the
to-
gas?
go back
Exactly what he
just
just
a-
did.
He's back on throttle before he gets to that white line. Okay, so he's a little off throttle. He's letting momentum
By
carry. He's
that
back on
orange
throttle
cone,
right there.
there-
Right there.
He's
Right
back on
there.
throttle right
back
there.
on throttle.
Right.
By the
halfway
first orange cone, the judges said they want the
He was.
the
He
was.
drivers. No, he wasn't.
Go back.
Yes,
Go back. Watch.
He's off throttle, off throttle, off throttle, off throttle,
on throttle.
But
The first orange cone is which one?
The
all
one
the
where
way
you're
back there.
entering. How the hell are you supposed to?
Right there on full throttle?
No, right there. That's where they want it. That's what they said on the live stream. You can listen to it if you want. After
Okay,
this.
so let's now.
Let's
So
go to the
if
next
you're
round.
going to judge by that criteria, let's go to the next one.
Yeah.
If you're going to judge by that criteria and say that, then there has to be consistency. Yes or no?
No, there has to be consistency. So that's what they're.
You said you saw consistency.
Well, I'm just going by what they were saying, what they wanted to see.
Okay, let's see here. Now we got.
That's Mike Essa versus
Yep.
Forsberg.
You
Forsberg.
might not like the call,
Okay.
but it
No.
is-
I'm not
Let's-
saying I
let's-
don't like
let's
the
just say-
call. I
let's
say it
just
doesn't
say.
make sense. Put it one more time, but don't.
Yeah,
That
they
should have been a call for freaking. Look, he does exactly the same thing.
Yep, off
And he goes
Exactly.
course.
and he
goes
off
off.
course.
Hey, look, no
And
smoke.
Forsberg was, and there was no smoke. The smoke they had, now he carried a lot of smoke through the first turn 1 and turn 2.
But if they see that the chase car is making a mistake, they're gonna look at why he's making a mistake, and if the lead car is
That's
affecting
they,
that.
they weren't
That's
that
like
close.
stupid.
But this is the thing is they weren't that close. Where
That means you can literally say anything that the lead car does that causes you to mess up is your. How did we get there? Your job is just to follow the best you can. If you can't follow, you can't follow. I mean, God. Look
not
how
on
far
throttle,
he's
non throttle.
Yeah, he was on throttle. You can see.
No, no way.
Oh my God!
You look at you going by the
You are
smoke or you going
serious?
by
the wheel speed.
The wheel speed.
Yeah.
You can't tell. The guy had black wheels.
You could see when they.
Oh my God.
You just don't like Jeff Jones. Is what it comes
Oh,
down
man,
to.
I really-
I was cheering
no
for
smoke,
Jeff Jones.
No smoke. No smoke. Now smoke. Halfway through, he
They
just
were
had
back
more
on
smoke going
throttle.
into it.
They were back on throttle just past the second cone.
But it was
The
earlier.
middle cone. No.
You
The
didn't. It
middle
didn't
cone.
matter. You said by the first cone they have to be back on throttle.
No,
Going
it
by
was middle
your,
cone.
but these are your.
He was back on throttle.
This
on
was
middle
what you
cone.
said.
But it didn't cause Chris Forsberg to make a mistake.
Oh God!
It's called
Because Chris
technicalities,
Forsberg
and then-
drove.
Technical.
He
Like a man.
drove like a man.
Not like a little girl.
Let's see here.
Let's see if Forsberg does the same thing. I don't think
Well,
Forsberg took it out that wide. He doesn't never do that kind of thing. He's very calculated.
No, Forsberg's cars are rocking.
But look, he's
Look,
off.
He's
Okay.
way
Right
on
there.
throttle early.
Yeah, but you know they're not giving you the same view.
Whoa,
they give
whoa,
it-
look.
So whose fault was that?
Oh, God,
who
it's-
went on?
it's Forsberg.
So who went on? Who went on?
Freaking Forsberg.
Forsberg caused him to spin. Forsberg should not have won it.
It was a
why not?
chaseable run.
Why not?
No, because that was a chaseable lead.
Oh, the other
why?
one wasn't. Why
it
was
wasn't
not?
chaseable.
The other one
he was going
that,
off.
That other one, Jeff Jones' lead was totally chaseable. You're saying it's a totally unchaseable run. Now you're saying Jeff Jones' lead run was a totally unchaseable
But
run.
that's what the judges are
crazy.
saying. I'm
That
not-
was-
I'm
Look,
going
watch,
by
let's
what
watch,
the
let's
judges
watch,
are
watch.
saying.
Off.
on throttle there.
throttle now.
No, he was on throttle.
No,
He
he
was
wasn't
not.
making any
He was
smoke.
not.
But you could see the rear wheel
So
spinning.
was Jeff Jones.
Jeff Jones didn't have the e-brake pulled.
Oh my goodness, you guys are blind.
No,
as a
you're
bat.
blind.
And I'm the one with glasses.
Man, you
No,
know.
maybe
come on,
you
look
guys
when he
need
starts
glasses.
making real smoke.
Yeah,
He
but
just
look
carried-
at the wheel speed.
No, I see the freaking wheels. So were Jeff Jones' wheels spinning.
No, they were almost stopped.
they were not
halfway.
almost stopped. It was slow motion.
It was slow motion.
Oh my goodness! Even in slow motion, you can see when he kicks the clutch and the rear wheel starts spinning. There's a difference.
I don't think he kicked any clutch. I think he literally put his foot to the floor.
That
he was
may-
half pedaling.
may-
I'll give you that he's half pedaling, but not
Yeah.
at any point was
Okay.
He wasn't
on the brakes or
Can we just
or-
agree to disagree? It's that
We can agree that you're wrong.
Okay, whatever. You guys are wrong.
Why
too.
would he be on the clutch if he wasn't pulling the handbrake?
Because you want to.
Wow, you don't like
if
Jeff
you're
Jones.
if you're off throttle for a long time, you pull out
That,
the power
but so,
bank.
so, but let me just finish off saying
wanna
this.
cl-
You're saying that
Pull out
Jeff
a power
Jones,
band?
Jeff
I don't-
Jones. I'm saying you're saying, in your opinion, Jeff Jones's lead run was a unfollowable run.
In the judge's eyes.
No.
yes.
I'm
No,
not
in
talking
your
about
eyes.
just. I'm talking about your eyes.
And technically, yes. Then
It was.
my God.
There was
Okay.
it was an
I thought they could say
unfollowable
your
run.
eyes.
if they're going by,
Can't take it.
Where you going? Getting pizza? An unfollowable run.
yeah, because
No way. There was like a car length in between them. He had more than enough room to stay on.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I don't know. You watch every freaking run. Everyone was the same. You watch the two. You watch the Supra. What's his name? Rad Dan. He's like going all over the place, and he ends up winning.
I think he loses to Alec Robbins in this one.
No, he loses to Asphalt, man.
Oh,
Well,
that's true.
I got some other battles.
I forgot.
Okay, yeah, what's the other battle?
That I wanted you guys to.
So, but so
take a
we're gonna
look.
recap that. Is Noel's opinion is that Jeff Jones he led an unchaseable run, and so he was at fault for sandbagging around the final
I
turn.
never said he's sandbagging.
Well, basically you are.
I said that he.
That's what sandbagging is.
He
That's
was
the
going
definition.
off
You did
course.
say sandbag. He said he has his foot in the clutch. He wasn't using any throttle.
And then he kicked
Well,
the
because
clutch.
he's going off course. You could see that the car
He
was.
was going in fast.
If you say he dropped 2 tires off, and in that I could say, okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah,
But to
get
say that he was sandbagging around that turn and it caused the other guy to spin, that's where I think you're wrong. I think your better argument is, hey, listen, they said this is off course, which I think is kind of weird to make those double lines, because how can you really see that if that's off course when you're driving?
In round 2, they put different cones, which helped a lot.
Oh, so they
realized
adjusted
it was an issue.
How many years they been on this track?
This is their second year on this layout, but they changed it to an outer zone instead of an inner clip. So this is the first year with that layout.
Man, took 2, but they didn't have time for practice to go over and make corrections then?
I mean, there was very limited amount of practice.
No, they actually got more practice from what I heard.
I heard there was a lot less runs from what Chelsea said.
Oh, what I heard is they actually got more runs.
Yeah, so
Well,
Interesting.
Let's change the subject a bit, and let's go over to. Hang on, I just gotta
Poke
set
the
this
bear. I'm poking the bear.
Poke-
I'm poking the bear. That's funny.
Oh man.
Hang on. Let's see. This should work. Yeah. So
Is this next day?
no. Oh, actually, I forget. But yeah, I just wanted to
There's
highlight
Jeff
this.
Jones. That's world famous Chris Jackson
Yeah.
yep.
on the right.
Yeah. Doing double duty as not only the pit crew but also Umbrella Girl.
He's not the pit crew. He's the crew chief.
He's the crew chief. Okay,
Yes.
thank you for the correction, Noel.
Oh my God, man.
I think he's doing a swell job. What do you guys think?
Well, Noel thinks it's the probably worst team on Formula Drift.
I didn't say
Sandbagging.
Team Sandbag.
Team Sandbag.
Team Sandbag.
Team Sandbag.
I'm sorry, I'm unbiased.
Sandbag.
Yeah.
Totally biased.
I'm not biased.
What do you think of Jackson's form? Do you think it's adequate, or do you feel like he needs to make adjustments?
He has too much
No,
nose.
well, see, he got a haircut when he was this Sebring, so he was already groomed and trimmed and ready. Now, underneath that mask is probably a ton of grease and dirt that you wouldn't believe.
It looks like the shirt's a little too small.
Yeah.
He's got
You
schmedium.
should just take it off.
I don't know
awkward.
if that'd be live stream appropriate.
I know. There's kids, man.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's not that type of umbrella girl.
Yeah. In any case, so I figured I would go ahead and start with this first battle. Hang on, I just gotta get a hang of this, and here we go. Oh, there we go. So
Oh, our
first
buddy.
battle is
I love if you look at when you look at go back to the
oh
the
okay.
plaque there where with the guys have their car and all that stuff.
The graphic.
Okay, the graphic. Okay,
Does he have a hat on?
you get
Adam LZ?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has this
Oh,
little
okay.
famous little.
No, I know, but it's like the way the picture is. It's almost like there's just something hovering over his head. You can't really see the hat.
It does look weird. So you see where it says manufacturer. Like
Yeah.
you look at Von Gittin or Chelsea, it's like Ford 2020, blah blah blah, Ford Mustang RTR edition,
Yeah.
blah blah blah, and then you have Asbo Toyota.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
mean
there's-
LZ.
Toyota.
Yeah,
And
LZ.
then-
He doesn't have a Toyota.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
He
Was
doesn't have a Toyota.
Why did they do that?
I don't know.
I couldn't tell you
he
why
got
that
an
happened.
S15.
Man, why can't they get that
I mean,
together?
at least it has a Toyota engine, but it's.
It doesn't matter. It's not a Toyota.
Man, how many years have they been doing this? And they can't.
I'm pretty sure they also just take the information the drivers give them and just
So Adam LZ put
Adam
he's driving
Zalsey
a,
didn't know what brand car he had.
probably doesn't.
Wow,
I don't know.
Oh, that's messed up.
man. So you're saying
Man, is he getting his pocket full with
I
FD?
think he's trying to get FD sponsors because FD can do no wrong.
Yeah,
can do
this
no
one has
wrong.
like FD do no wrong
Oh,
anymore.
why did they put that there? Well,
Why'd
it must,
they
be,
put
it must be
Toyota on
Adam
it?
LZ's fault.
Yeah, he's
Gotta be
no
Adam LZ.
idea
It
what
can't
he
be
drives.
Formula Drift's fault because they're the best.
Okay, let's watch this.
All right, relax.
Somebody's getting their pockets lined.
I wouldn't be here if they were paying me. So
Well,
Okay.
maybe in the hopes of getting paid one day.
Let's see this
paying
first
you to be
battle. We got LZ first car debuted this year, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Well,
Okay.
actually, he had the same car last year in Pro 2, but obviously with the new livery and
Well, it's a whole new
setup.
body kit.
Looks
a whole
good.
New, a whole new engine.
I like the yellow. I'm
yeah,
really
the car looks
starting. The yellow's starting to
fantastic.
grow on me.
It's a nice looking car.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Look at
there was a
Forsberg
lot of
really
pressure on
pulling away.
LZ to, a lot of eyes on him. First
He's-
Pro 1 competition for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean these Pro 2 cars, I mean Pro 1 cars is just too fast.
Well, it's not that. It's just it's a different realm of competition, and Adam LZ, I think, in the competition realm, I mean, look, he's going to first Forsberg. He's been competing for
Ooh,
forever.
tired up.
You know, so
yeah, and then on the second
Ooh,
day,
a whole
he
lot
went
of
up
angle.
against Osbo. So
right. So hey,
he's going up against like top tier drivers. It's not fair, almost.
well,
but
but you know, he's getting experience. This is him getting
Yeah.
experience, and I don't think he's the kind of person who's going to beat
Man,
himself up.
that car hangs a lot of angle.
I'm sure he's
Yeah.
having a blast out there right now, and he's learning a lot. So
And in round 2, the next day, he dialed up a lot of grip in it.
Mm-hmm.
And even though he messed up really hard on his follow run, his
I thought that was
his
round
lead run,
that was round 1.
that was round 1.
That was round 1.
Yeah, his lead run against Osbo was
That was top 64 again. Because I saw top 32.
It's
and
There
top
was
32.
There was no top
there was,
64.
there was top 32.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not clutch kickers.
Yeah.
So
How many? Well, they didn't even have 32 drivers.
no, they had 29, but they had 32 registered. But you know, some people couldn't make it over. Obviously, you know,
Peter
we're missing James
Dean.
Dean, Peter Vesic, Daigo Saito.
Yeah,
Was
Daigo
supposed-
was supposed
Do
to
we
be
have
there.
an update on Dean and
Yeah, I
Pieta?
really don't know what happened with that.
He kind of put out a video telling, like, he was supposed to tell us what his future plans were, and he just kind of said, like, well, I don't know what my future plans are. So
Was it political, or you think it was just a
I just think
financial decision because of COVID and everything?
I think partly because of that, and I mean,
We
me,
couldn't move. We couldn't get here and then go back really easy.
yeah, because then you'll have to quarantine, and you know, with the traveling back and
It's
forth.
like I don't even think I
We could
really
have smuggled them over somehow.
don't smuggle him over.
Yeah.
It's a race team. I think he goes back and forth too. I don't think
Oh,
he
really?
spends a lot
Yeah,
of time here.
no, he doesn't spend.
It's not like Asbo where he lives here,
Right.
Yeah.
or some of the other guys that live here.
But I think it was. I'm speculating here. I'm not. This isn't anything confirmed, but possibly there was already a plan to break up, and because with his success and everything going on, he probably can actually afford to run his own team, or probably run in another team with more sponsors and whatnot.
Well, there you have it. Here, you heard it first. But I'm had plans to leave the team, start his own team. You heard that here first from Noel.
I'm just saying, it's a possibility.
That
You know,
Straight from FD.
straight from FD. You've heard it.
Relax, guys. Come on now.
He's shaking his leg. He's getting upset. His legs.
We can't be
I
making
get
Sort of
it.
those kind of
havoc as soon as we
statements.
get off the.
There's like a pulsing vein on his forehead. You can't really see it on the camera.
No.
Oh,
boy.
sinister laugh too.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, no, James Dean. I mean, missing out of there. I mean, you got to say he probably would have got the win. You know, because
And
three years in a row.
Visic,
Yeah.
him,
Yeah, Ben and I were talking about how like we feel that the results would probably be different if James were around.
but even Peter Visic, he was
Yeah, Peter was
mean,
another animal.
he
as
was
well.
very aggressive.
And then of course, you know, who knows what would have happened with
Daigo.
Daigo thrown in there as well.
I don't think Daigo really.
I don't
would've
know.
won.
The last couple seasons, he hasn't really done all that great that I remember.
Yeah, I mean, but you just.
But he does put a additional like wild card
Pressure.
pressure
Yeah.
on the other drivers because
I
you know
watched
he's capable.
Tension.
Right.
I watched Daigo do some runs in Europe, and it was all really bad.
Yeah, that was what last year. That was pretty bad. But I mean, I've seen him do pretty well in D1 this year, and
I liked him in the SC. I think that was when he did the best.
SC.
The convertible.
Oh yeah, the SC 430.
Yeah.
I keep thinking of the SC 300, the ZZ 30 chassis.
That first year he came out to Long Beach, and that thing,
was I think that was his best car out to compete
Yeah.
against.
I made everybody go, "Oh shoot, we need more horsepower."
I wish you would bring a JZX 100 over here because that's where he's really, you know, that's his bread and butter. But
Yeah.
you know,
Oh,
so,
let's
what
go
else you
over
got?
to the another battle that I got over here highlighted. Hang on, let me just.
I don't remember any controversial ones. Oh, I didn't see this one.
I heard this one was I didn't see it, but I heard that Asbo probably should have got the win on this one. Well, let's
Oswald
see.
did win this one.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it was a different one.
Yeah, this is day one.
Yeah, I think this was actually the first run that Osbo
That
did
Supra
with the
looks really
Supra.
good.
Yeah.
To
That's
sort of
just-
kind of like get everybody kind of, because there was a lot of questions regarding
The
the
Supra
performance
looks
of
nice.
it.
It looks beautiful. I mean, that car looks really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was questioning how Osbo was going to do in the new car, but then I keep forgetting that is Papadakis building his car.
And now, what's his face is with Papadakis as well now.
Ryan Turk.
Yeah, and
You see how good
Yeah,
Ryan Turk did?
he's got a
since,
good team,
got a
yeah.
Good, yeah.
yeah, now he's tied for first in points. So with Odi Bakchis.
Yeah, it's crazy how Odie slipped in there, huh?
Yeah, I feel like Odi wasn't having his best event, yet he still got all the way up to
is that Zhao guy? Isn't he? Was he in?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was at
Hyperdrive.
Sebring.
In,
Well,
Hyperdrive.
Was
yeah.
he in Hyperdrive? Yeah.
Yeah, he was in Hyperdrive.
I liked
and he
him
was
in
at
that show.
Sebring.
He had that old
the
Mustang.
week before.
He was at Sebring.
Yeah,
Oh, he was. What was he driving?
that
The same car.
But he only did 2 laps.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I didn't see.
Yeah.
I saw pictures of it, but I didn't actually see him because they live where? They live on the West Coast, right? Or
Yeah, Drift HQ is in the West Coast in Fort Myers, and
Yeah, Drift HQ. Whole
yeah, because they're all
Yeah.
Brazilian. They're all
yeah,
know each other.
So Joao came over and tested the car and only got 2 runs at Sebring, and from what I heard, what happened at I saw this on a Lone Star Drift video where he said that at Sebring he broke the front main seal. Because the LT4 has the factory front main seal is very weak, so they put an LS3 front main seal on it. So
after they broke it.
after they broke it,
So, okay.
yeah. So on there he had an LS3 one, but he was still having some teething problems with that car. It's a brand new setup on it. Last year his engine was basically stock. It was a stock Z06 with just a little bit of nitrous on it, and he was struggling with the car. Now the car has all kinds of crazy suspension mods. The engine's making over 1,000 horsepower to the wheels. I mean, it's a whole nother car. And then when we saw him at Sebring, even though he was taking it easy, I mean, the car looked like
Once you put the throttle down, it's like smoke for days.
it was I mean, I don't know how he because in Sebring you got to go back through where
Right.
you drove, and I'm like, how do you see through what you just drove through? That's so nuts.
Yeah, I didn't even see the car. I didn't see the car at all except for on the pictures.
Yeah.
I didn't see it on the track. I didn't see it in the pits.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah, we saw it for 2 laps. And
Yeah, I
it was
heard.
a very impressive car.
But I don't think he entered too fast, right?
No, he took it easy. He took it real easy because it was his first 2 laps in that car.
Right.
And then he had to go
I
to
like to see
F8.
Diego Higa come over.
I would love to see Diego
Yeah.
come over. I think he's, it's just, guys, it's a lot
I mean,
of money.
he knows. I mean, he taught that guy everything he knows.
Right.
yeah.
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 Well, we met Diego. Or you met him. I didn't
met him,
really get to
I
meet
didn't
him.
get
Paul
to
got
meet him
Paul got
because
to
I
meet
had
him.
to leave early that day.
But that's good.
Yeah, but he's
Because it was funny because the hyperdrive they made him. They it's funny how you take a TV show and they make people look a certain way. Like
Yeah.
you easily get the wrong opinion. And I was like, man, I watched Hyperdrive. I thought he was real cocky and some arrogant
Yeah,
little
yeah.
kid or whatever. And Paul's like, no, not at all. He's not like that at all.
no, they
he's very nice.
sensationalize a lot
One of
of.
the nicest guys when I run on the line.
Yeah.
Didn't really. I told him what to do.
Real
He did
polite
it,
and everything. Yeah. So that's good. It's good to see.
That's
you know,
awesome.
and lesson learned for me because
Okay, Ben, what else do you have queued up?
Yeah. This other battle, I figured it was interesting seeing 2 Supras going.
Yeah,
at it.
there we go.
Ooh.
Dan Burke.
Yeah, Dan Burkett, Red Dan. That Mark IV was beautiful, but it was beat that day.
Well, he had the guy crash into the wall
Yeah,
right before this.
that super looks good though. Asbos.
yeah, that thing.
It does look good. It performs well too.
Yeah.
And he was saying that throughout the day they were changing the setup on each battle, like
Oh,
just to
God.
test it. And I'm here like, wow, just that's so crazy. How good is this car?
Yeah, no, I think it's got a lot more to go. But it looks super smooth. It
Yeah.
doesn't. It's not touchy at all.
Yeah,
Which
See, I like the smooth transitions. I know.
I don't like smooth transitions. I like snappy transitions.
I like snappy as well.
I know
but
you. I know we were talking about that earlier. I
But
like the smoother transitions, but most people like the snappy, and the judges tend to like the snappier transitions.
Yeah,
That's what I loved about the E30. It always made snappy transitions.
Hmm.
Like this thing, when I was driving it with an automatic, it felt like
Could have been suspension. A little bit old.
The car still needs a lot of work.
You need suspension.
Yeah. All right. So
the next one is actually that I thought was interesting is actually the final battle.
oh yeah,
Oh, this was crazy.
Yeah.
the Papadakis battle.
So that's Asbo's old car, right?
Yeah, it is.
But he was
Did one of
having,
Asbo's old cars go for sale and somebody bought it or something?
yeah, the Corolla.
The Corolla,
One of the
right?
older Corollas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the older one.
What was it called? The
XA or was it?
no,
was
Ben
it?
knows what it is. It's driving me nuts.
Look
that
at
I
the man.
can't.
He's right on us. Right on him.
The IM.
I am the Corolla. I am.
Oh, whoa, a little choke up there for Asbo on that one.
Yep.
But now, if he would have spun, he could have blamed it on Turk because Turk
Yeah.
sandbagged.
Obviously, sandbagging.
Must be
Sandbagging
something
his
with a
own
red car.
teammate.
Must be something with the red.
Team sandbag.
Yep.
Anyway,
Maybe he talked to Jeff Jones, give him some pointers. If you sandbag here,
You sandbag here, they spin.
They
you
spin.
lose.
The
oh, hey.
so
Yeah.
Ryan Turk was having problems with power steering that day.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I don't understand that though. Like he was trying to make something about like, oh, well, you've got power steering and then you make corrections. Like,
Yeah,
oh my
see,
God,
I see,
it's
but that's
like,
another thing. It's for the
it's like-
for the first
you
day.
need to make a correction. What the hell does that mean? Like I've drove cars without power steering and
well, I mean, look at you.
Maybe
you
it's
can
a
move mountains. I mean,
Could be well, it's a different
No.
level. Maybe the different more horsepower. It's a little
well, it's a lot
harder.
more grip. That's the only thing I can think. It's a lot different when it's that grippy, maybe.
It's got to be a reason.
I've driven cars without power steering, and I can't move the steering wheel an inch.
Even when
Yeah,
you're-
but not when you're moving. Yeah, you can.
not when you're parallel
No,
parking.
when I'm drifting, no, it just goes to lock, and I'm stuck here. So yeah, I have to
I don't know,
drive.
I never
weird.
slid a car with no
Yeah.
power steering, so I couldn't tell you. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I drove a 240 without power steering, and I was like, okay, I should steer in a little bit. I'm like, I can't move the wheel. What's going
Red's
on
had
here?
no power steering.
Who?
You drove Red's car. Red's car didn't have any power steering.
I'm weak. That's all there is to it.
could've
I
sworn
don't
it
remember.
did.
I need. Well, I shouldn't say that. I drove Corollas with manual racks, but that was so much softer than a car with a depowered rack.
Yeah, that's actually the major difference that you got to worry about. It's just when you have a rack that's power steering that doesn't have power steering, it's a way different animal compared to a rack that doesn't have any power steering whatsoever.
It was
like a manual
designed
rack.
for no power steering.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So an 8.6 with a manual rack is great because again, it's intended to work that way. But
Also, the car's way lighter too, so that helps.
correct, yeah. But with the 240, what I found, it's doable. It just depends on certain scenarios. So, for instance, on a flat surface on the skid pad, per se, then you could get away with it because there's no really any major disruptions that's getting set to the suspension to the rack that's going to really throw the rack off. Not to mention, too, is that the trick with it is that you got to rely more on your throttle just to get the car where you want it to go.
Right.
But you got to be also mindful of still of how difficult the steering is because of the lack of power steering. But the other thing I found out is that, for instance, one time I drove a 240 without power steering at the Sun Life Stadium, one of the Sun Life Stadium events, and if you recall that there was into the first turn. Is a huge sweeper to the left
For the tandem course.
Yeah, the big course.
the big course,
Yeah, okay.
correct.
And there was a bump going in. Yeah.
That bump, every time I would go over that bump, the steering would just go wild, like uncontrollable, crazy. It would just go to full lock, and it was downright dangerous.
Wow.
Like once I felt that, I was like, I do not want to drive this. I don't feel comfortable driving this. So it's doable, but you just gotta, obviously, with everything, you gotta figure out the limitations and try to find ways to work around it.
Another thing, it's a little more technical, but most 240s run more caster than the 8.6s do. So, like, that also will make it kind of harder to return the wheel or go against.
Return the wheel.
Well, I mean, like,
okay.
go against,
Yeah,
the direction.
Yeah, you lift the car up.
Yeah, so it's the 8.6s usually run anywhere from 4.5 to 5 degrees, while the 240s are 7 and up. So
Yeah, but 240s are probably more front heavy than
and they're
8.6.
front heavy. Yeah, they're
8.6 is kind of small in the front.
yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of variables there, but I can imagine that that car might have quite a bit of caster or what's called caster trail. If the angle kit is built like that, and that could make the steering really heavy if it's depowered.
Mm-hmm. So the next battle, it's actually switching over to round 2, and that's the following day.
Oh,
he didn't get any breaks, did he?
No, he got lost here too. It was so bad. So
I like that yellow
really
that he has.
Yeah, really wasn't all that fast of an entry for this course.
No, it was like
what the hell happened there?
He got lost in the smoke and.
No, I don't think that.
Well, that's what he says in his video.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
He got lost.
The freaking king of facts here.
Sorry, I'm on a drift talk show. I should know what's going on, right?
Oh,
he does his research.
He does his research.
But look at his lead run. Watch his lead run. It's quite nice.
Yeah, it's on point.
Yeah. Very nice smooth transmission.
Nice on that inside clip there. Coming out wide to the outside there.
Goes all the way out.
Let's see if he sandbags like Jeff Jones.
Yep, sandbags. Oh
no,
my God, look at that.
I can't tell. It's hard to tell from that angle if he was sandbagging to the Jeff Jones turn.
Mm-hmm.
The Jeff Jones.
Guys aren't gonna let it go. All right, I get it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So it was a bit of a bummer having to see that, but you could see the potential though. You could definitely see the potential with not only
He's got a long way to go.
Yeah, not only with the vehicle but with Adam himself.
Yeah, I think he's just got to work on his chase runs. Once he gets that down, I think he'll start moving up a little bit. You know, it's gonna be a little while before we get to see him in a top 8 situation. I think.
But you define a little while, like years or
no,
maybe next season.
Maybe by next year we should start seeing him getting into the top 8. Maybe even as a regular in the top 8. But because I think he has the talent, and I think he has a good enough car where it can be set up to do well. It's
going to come down to consistency.
Yeah,
if you can just maintain consistency, that's all that's what you really need, because you have a lot of drivers that they do amazing one round and then.
And he's also he's got to get out of his own head sometimes. I think nerves has a big part to play in it. I mean, you know, he's never been at the top level competition against these guys. He's going against the top tier guys, you know, Forsberg, Osbo. These are some of the best drivers in the series right now. So
well, he went against Chelsea in clutch kickers, and it was only because of his car. And I think he probably would have beat Chelsea if he didn't have issues with his car.
Yeah. But then again, Chelsea wasn't in his own car either. So I mean, there's arguments on both sides, but I think Adam has what it takes to move on and get and move up in Formula Drift. Is just I just
don't know if he has the same. There's a difference in drive there. I'm not sure if he has the same amount of drive to it. I mean, he's not. This is not his life.
No,
you know what I mean. This is a side piece of his life.
Yeah,
he just decided.
It's like a side chick.
Yeah, it's a side chick.
No side chick.
You don't put that much effort into it.
I got a side chick. Formula Drift is my side chick.
Yeah. Yeah.
I call that heifer at 9.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Oh man.
So I got the next battle over here.
Sweet.
Let's see.
Ooh, another super battle.
Yeah.
But now it's Ken Gucci.
I didn't know Ken Gucci was driving a Supra.
Yeah.
Good
Why
for
does
Ken
his suck
Gucci.
so bad?
Oh man. Well, that's a good camera angle.
What kind of camera? Whose camera was that?
That was a crowd. That was a crowd angle.
The crowd cam.
Crowd cam.
The crowd cam.
Yeah. Dan Burkett stepped it up, man. He's doing a lot better.
The car
this
looks
year.
good. Is that the same guy that late initiated on Ryan Kaufman?
No, I don't think so.
Do you remember that Road Atlanta a while ago? Back at Road Atlanta, there was a Supra.
yeah.
And Ryan Kaufman was entering at the initiation
You know what?
point.
I think it is. Yeah, it is. It is.
And then
That is Dan.
so this was the thing. So I was there, right? So he
think it was,
enters at the first inside clip. I don't know if that's him or not.
Yeah.
Oh man, little bump and
Hold on.
grind there. So I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if it's him, but it was a blue Supra. Maybe it was him. But because
Was
there's
that
a whole.
Pro-Am or was that actually?
It was Pro-Am.
Pro-Am.
It was Pro-Am. This is wild.
2012.
So the Supra enters at the first inner clip. He entered at the inner clip, not at the initiation point. Way past an inner clip. Was going so slow. Ryan, being the boss at that time, like he was and still is, he enters at the initiation point, right? So Ryan's entered, drifting, e-brake to the point where the guy's slowing down, and Ryan spins. So he kind of did the Jeff Jones, the lead car.
Yeah.
So he So he initiated at the first clip and then went around the thing. They faulted Ryan for loss. But check this out. So the next one, Bill Fisher goes against Bill Stinger, however you know him.
Yeah.
Goes against him, beats him, but then goes around and gives him the finger.
Yeah.
And then pulls right up to him, gives him the finger. The guy gets all butthurt and tells on Bill Stinger.
Yeah.
And then Bill Stinger, I don't know if he got kicked out or he got reprimanded, but
No, he got his, I think his
Points.
prize money
taken away or
and
something.
points, I think, too.
Yeah, for flicking off the other guy because, hey,
Yeah.
Bill and Ryan are boys.
Yeah, of
and
course.
it's like you what you did to my boy, and then you get to win, which was really a garbage call.
Yeah, that was a horrible call.
I mean, he got to initiate until he got to the first clip.
Yeah, I don't know who. I
That
don't
was
know.
bad.
Yeah.
That was a bad one. Were you trying to pull it up, Paul?
You sure it's
Yep.
2012?
Yeah, I was there with my dad.
The whole competition's here.
Oh wow.
I was
Oh,
there with
wow.
my dad, and that was his first time there. And that
Look for Noel as his
2012.
dad. That's
Yeah.
when you know it's.
You'll see him. They're probably at
Yeah. In the meantime, we'll go over to the next battle.
But real quick about Ken Gucci.
Oh.
He was. This is a really bad one here, but anyway.
Was it? Oh, what was that?
What was that?
That's what I was telling you over the phone. But real quick about Ken Gucci,
wait,
he was driving with a really. He was.
Wait. What did Matt Field do?
Can we pause this so I can finish?
Okay,
my-
go ahead,
paused
finish
it,
your
I
thought.
paused it.
Man,
Okay.
why are you like? Is your month? Is your time of the month? Or
It's your
something?
time of the month.
No, is that I'm trying to finish my
Holy
point and nobody
cow.
lets me finish.
Okay, let's go.
Go ahead.
Ken Gucci was out there with a herniated disc.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And it was, and that crash there, I don't know if that really affected him in any bad way, but it's, that was pretty rough what happened to him there. So, I mean, I hope he's all right now. So just,
Oh, I do too. I like Ken Gucci.
Yeah,
he's
Ken
one.
Gucci's
He's yeah,
super
cool.
nice guy.
I remember Ken Gucci with his freaking wheel on fire with the FRS. It was hilarious.
All right, so rewind it here.
Well,
Big
they're gonna-
boss. Let's do it, boss.
So who this is now? This is Frederick Asbo against Matt Field,
Yeah.
and they faulted.
They faulted
Asbo for this.
Asbo for this. Now,
Why?
because you're supposed to give the lead driver the right of way. Now, here's the problem with that. Here's the problem with that. Is that look at Matt Field's move. It is so aggressive.
Yeah,
It's like
he hit him.
Yeah, he hit him. And I think the way the rules are written, I get it. That's how they're gonna call
you
it.
shouldn't mind
No,
Gianchi.
he
He was
steered
hey,
into
look. He
him.
hit him right off the not even 3 cars out of the gate. He hits him.
I get that, but let me finish my point.
Yeah, go ahead.
The rules are written for the lead driver to have the right of way. But I think after this point, they're gonna rewrite the rule to where the judges can deem if it was too aggressive by the lead driver to drive in like that into the other car.
That's a garbage call.
It is.
Look, he just drives straight into him. How are you supposed to? Okay, as a chase driver here, you're gonna go straight,
right.
right?
Yeah, I get
You're
that.
not expecting the lead car to come into your lane,
Yeah, but
and he totally went into his lane.
it's a technicality again. He
I'll
won by
replay it.
technicality.
Oh man! So if Asbo pulled the Jeff Jones sandbag out the line.
God.
Yeah, he just drove right into him, dude. Really?
Boom, boom.
Yep.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, so I think they should rewrite that rule.
Can we listen? Can we hear? I want to hear what the judges are what they're talking about this one.
well, I
Well,
don't
the
have the
judges
whole
aren't
thing.
talking. The
Yeah, it was
the
just
announcers
Ryan
are.
and
oh well.
It's
Jared.
like when they were calling us judges at Clutch Kickers.
Well, yeah, I'll take it back. Not what the judges are saying, but can we? I'm just kind of
commentators
curious what the
Do you have
commentators were
volume
saying.
on the video?
I'm just curious on what the commentating is because Ryan Sage is.
was going for the side-by-side approach. So on the one hand,
remember, this is
you need a little space
spliced,
for
though.
the chaser or the lead driver to initiate. On the other hand, I don't know that I remember Matt Field going that far over for initiation. I could be wrong about that, but it just front of mind.
That's a good point. Ryan Sage brought up. What was Matt Field doing that in practice?
And that's the thing. There's actually where you would actually notice those things is in qualifying, and there's no qualifying because you have video proof in qualifying.
Well, but
what-
they
of how
still
they
have.
enter.
Well, okay, they didn't video proof, but they didn't show the practice at all.
No, you don't get.
What
So
about
you-
What about that was round 2, right? So
That was
what
round
about
2.
what about the
Yeah,
day
what about the day
before?
before? Was he entering
didn't
like
see
that?
any
So
of them
you
doing
have
like
round
that.
1 to look at, and you can say, "Hey, was Matt Field
That's-
going that far into the chase car's lane to initiation?"
That's another good point. Now, here's the thing. That was the second run of that battle. On the first run, Matt Field tagged the outer wall on entering outer zone 4, and he broke his rear suspension. Like his toe was like all over the place. And then
So his toe drove him over there.
No,
And
no,
he
no,
was-
you can't even say that.
So hang on. I'm not done. So he went, got his 5-minute call, got it fixed. But from what some people are saying that were at the event, they were saying that his car was crab walking to the line for the second run.
So maybe it wasn't that he necessarily meant to go that far over, but the car wasn't fixed properly.
Exactly. Now, my problem with that is like,
Then you shouldn't have faulted Asbo for that.
well, my problem with that is why did they let him out if they saw the car?
Correct.
Yeah,
Where
if
was
the car was
technical
crab walking, it
director?
was not fixed properly.
So yeah, so I mean, but again, that's me taking word from somebody at the event. I don't know if that's true or not, but I can see that, you know, after them fixing the rear suspension, that could have been.
Oh, absolutely could have happened, but like you said, it shouldn't have made it out there. And then if it was doing that, it shouldn't. Asbo shouldn't have been defaulted for a car that was not on the track properly, getting hit, and then blaming him for being in the way because he really
Exactly.
there were only 3 cars out of the gate.
Yeah.
He would have had in 3 car lengths, flooring it, get all the way over to the left, or totally come to a dead stop. I mean, you can't floor it, step on the brakes, and then what happens? The lead car takes way off.
Yeah, of course.
If you want to play it close, and you're not going to think the guy's going to yin yang right into your door.
No, of course. Now, in Matt Field's defense, for the rest of the day, that's the way he was entering. He was cutting all the way to the left, and then doing a feint entry, a very hard feint.
What's that?
That's the Supra.
Oh, is that from that event?
Yeah, I don't think that's Red Dan.
Who is that then? I remember. I thought his name was Dan from what I remember.
Well, maybe it is, but
I'm not saying it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Interesting.
Okay.
we'll find out maybe on the next episode.
So
Yeah, we'll look it up. So
let's move on. Let's go over.
I might be able to
to
get Bill to pull some footage. Bill or Ryan may have some of that footage from way back in the day.
maybe so.
Oh, here it is.
Hang on,
Here's
let
the
me-
next one. No, wait, I want to see this.
No, of course
Oh.
it's still playing. I'm just you know.
Let's
just
watch. He comes out. Oh, it doesn't really.
Nope,
show.
didn't do it.
But not as hard, at least.
Didn't do it. No, he did not go into the other.
Yeah, he did. You could see it.
He did not go into the
Yeah, I
chase.
think he
not
did.
as
I
much.
think-
You think as much?
It-
Really?
don't know about
Maybe
as
not
much.
as much, but he did do it.
He always. I mean, Matt Field has a feint entry. I'll give him that. He does do a feint entry.
Yeah.
But that was what he did to Asbo. Was
Yeah. But look, here's
He
the
didn't
second
get-
run.
Yeah.
Chelsea was kind of hard to follow there too. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, if you're gonna do that at the beginning, there's no reason to do a feint entry. You're just doing
Not
it
on
to
that
piss people
low of
off.
a right. Not on that low of a speed of track. Oh,
Good boom.
Pull him to Jeff Jones. Who got that win?
Chelsea.
Yeah, freaking
Why?
Chelsea.
Why did Chelsea get the win? You're gonna tell me he did. You're gonna tell me Chelsea did not
Because-
slow down there.
Because where?
No, you're gonna tell me
Holy
Chelsea
cow.
didn't slow down there.
Okay.
I want to
you
see
guys-
that. I want to see
because I
that
hit the
again.
brakes.
You guys are obviously blind. It's where it happened.
It's
It
where
hap-
yeah,
It happened after the first orange
if
cone.
you brake right in front of the straight, it's
You
fine.
said that they have to be on full throttle at the first orange cone. It was after the first orange cone.
yeah,
barely
we
after.
got
It doesn't matter.
More
that?
After is after. After is after.
we need more of that.
I guess. See, is there? They ever replay that?
Yeah, I'll replay.
You're gonna tell me
Good
you couldn't
Lord.
visually tell Chelsea slowed down significantly.
He's supposed to slow down.
He's supposed to.
Oh well, Jeff was supposed to slow down.
Not that far into the outer zone.
Oh my
Wow,
god.
man, you just
Let's replay
not
this again.
consistent.
You want me to fast forward to that particular part, guys?
No,
just-
because they
it
should do
gets
a
it pretty
replay.
quick.
They should replay it.
Oh no, I did it. I
Well,
don't
this
have
is
that
the
part.
first run.
This is just.
Oh, it's first one. Yeah, just let it play. Let's. Well, I want to skip through all the cars going back in line and everything, but okay. Let's see here.
He gets back on the gas.
They get back on the gas all around the same time as Jeff Jones did.
I think it's a little earlier.
Like,
But it's fine.
I mean, you're like
it's like
you're maybe talking like half a car length.
not even.
Okay, let's
Okay,
see
so he
here.
drops the tire. Should fault him there.
But look,
He
he's-
brakes.
He was
that was
on-
all brake.
He was on the brake.
He's supposed to be on the brakes in that area.
He was the same freaking
No,
area.
it is not the same area.
It is- it
My
is the
goodness,
same
you guys
area.
are blind. I can't. I
Do we
don't-
have
I don't-
more footage?
I don't understand
don't
how
know.
you guys are not seeing the same thing I'm seeing.
Okay,
Like it's just
I'm
unreal.
gonna have to.
It's unreal. He was starting to.
Okay, I'm gonna do some work here.
There was a
gentlemen.
significant amount of
Just give me a
slowdown by
moment.
Chelsea.
Yes, you're supposed to slow down in that area. It's called a deceleration zone.
No, he was braking. At
I gotta see it from a different angle. But from that
cone.
angle, it looked like he pressed the brakes after he passed the first cone. And you
No.
told me he's supposed to be on full throttle. I'm telling
No,
you,
he slowed down into the zone and then accelerated as he.
but he slowed down a lot, like a
He's-
lot.
Yeah, they're moving fast through that area. They have to slow down.
So
Okay, guys, you can't slow down in drifting now.
That's
I'm
what
sorry.
you just said,
no.
Jeff Jones.
What I'm saying, no.
Jeff Jones was still slowing down halfway through the
He
zone.
did a
Well,
lot
yeah.
smoother than Chelsea
He did a lot smoother than Chelsea did.
Oh my goodness.
You don't think so?
He
He carried more consistent speed through the turn.
yeah, but that was
That-
also bringing him off the course, so he had to make another
Chelsea was
adjustment.
off the course there too.
No, he was not. Look at the
You don't-
replay. Show
Well, you
another
can't-
angle of that
All right,
replay.
I would say out of the
Please
out of the two runs,
show them.
out of the two runs as a chase driver, Chelsea's run would be harder to follow than Jeff Jones's. Because it was a brake check. It was a drastic slowdown.
Okay, but the drivers know that in that area they're supposed to slow down, but they're expecting. Oh, look, go back. They show the acceleration and deceleration areas. Go back.
Okay, hang on. Making me work extra.
You
over
park,
he is.
if you park it, you're completely fine. As long as you park it in between
Keep
these
going.
two
Yeah,
cones,
yeah, you're fine.
You can completely stop.
Completely stop.
And then get
but that's
going,
okay.
right?
Look, there it is. Stop.
That red spot is a deceleration.
All the little red spots are deceleration zones, as you could see where.
So you're free to slam on the brakes or let
Not
off the.
slam on the
He
brakes.
did slam on the brakes.
slammed on the brakes,
He slammed
right.
on the brakes. The car went. Whoa!
Okay, but the car was also moving really fast. If you wouldn't have slowed down, the car would have flown off
That's
the
not
track.
followable.
How? Oh my God.
How the hell are you supposed to know that the guy's going to slam on the freaking
Because
brakes
it's a
like
deceleration zone.
That's no. You've never fallen anybody that close
God.
before.
No.
Give me a second, boys. I'm just trying to queue up this battle.
That's a
and there's,
hard. That's
like-
a hard. That's a hard break to correct to,
Yeah,
Mr. Knoll. That is not an easy
Still a
break.
deceleration
You can't.
It doesn't matter.
It's
It doesn't mean-
deceleration.
So if it's
I
a
park the
deceleration zone,
car in
I
front
could
of you-
park the car. So what you're saying is I could park the car in a deceleration zone and not be penalized. I could park the car.
No, you
Almost
can't
dead
park-
stop.
what
I
he
can
cre-
almost. I can. Well, maybe not park it, but I can almost dead stop a car in a decel zone, and I shouldn't be faulted for it because that
That's
was
crazy. That was like
That
freaking
is- that-
the
come on.
amount of G forces that car experienced when he hit the brakes.
Well, let's see another camera angle, maybe if they have it, because the thing is, we also saw Jeff Jones's mistake from another camera angle. We didn't
Jeff
get.
Jones was slow. I get you. He wasn't back on throttle, but I don't think he was. I mean, decelling.
It was not.
It wasn't a decel like that.
It was not an unchaseable run like you said it was.
I still call it unchaseable.
So you
I
think
passed-
Chelsea's
oh, yeah, I
run was
passed
more
it. Whoops.
chaseable than?
because
Have you
You're at
been
the
behind someone when they
finals.
brake
This is
check
the
you?
finals.
that wasn't a brake check. If the chase driver knows that you're going into
That's
a
the end there.
deceleration zone,
Nobody else
hey,
was. Well, no, but that's the thing is, that's
That's the end.
That's the end, I think.
They didn't
yeah.
show a replay of that run.
No, this is the end, isn't it?
And I'm
It
rewinding
was
still.
towards the end.
Hang on, boys. It's
I'm
just-
surprised they didn't show any replays of that. Or was it?
Yeah, no, hold on. We're gonna get to it.
Yeah, I'm still looking for it. So like.
Oh, there we
yards-
go. Here we go.
There it is.
There's a replay.
Let's see if they show.
Okay, that's the end of the run.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so let's pop this in.
He hit
So
him
throttle,
a couple times.
throttle, all the way through here.
Yeah, that's
You
all right.
transition,
And he
brake,
Brake.
stops on it.
and he.
He
He was
you can't really
stomps
see.
on it.
It's hard to see
That
there.
was a harder follow run than Jeff Jones.
Well, you're supposed to know that that's where they slow
You're
down.
supposed to.
So you're supposed to know that it's
I-
possible that they could come almost to a quick
complete
dead
halt.
stop.
So
Let's-
you got to give him. That's crazy. First thing he dirt dropped, and then he just hits the brakes.
Look where
unbelievably
he
hard.
was already on throttle. You saw that?
I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about how hard he broke.
Hard he broke. That's what I'm trying to
Oh,
say.
if he didn't break that hard, he would have gone off course. So he would.
Well, that's not. That's his fault.
That's his fault for putting himself in a bad. He should have probably
his
let off a
fault.
little earlier.
I'm sorry, man. That's a deceleration zone. You can slow down.
You can break in front of somebody, just completely stop. Look at how hard he stops.
It's
Come on,
slowing
come
down
on.
even
No,
harder.
my
The
God.
replay is going.
I look at how hard he stops.
The-
I
I
mean,
I think Chelsea slowed down too much and
Yeah.
definitely forced a spin and forced the contact on that one.
The replay is slowing down even harder
no,
on
I
that
get
section.
I get the replay slowing down, but what I'm saying is you can see how fast Matt Field is moving compared to how fast he's moving, and you can see how hard the stop is. Honestly, I think he would have spun out if he didn't get bumped.
I don't know about that.
No, he wouldn't have gotten spun out, or he wouldn't have spun out if he
I don't
got
know.
bumped.
I don't see how you could be so like all for one and so against the other because
I'm
I don't see how you can say
Okay.
it's a total.
Did you read his shirt? That's how.
Oh, that's a good point.
He's
No, we all love Chelsea. It's not about Chelsea.
I'm not hating on Chelsea. I'm just saying I want to be fair as fair.
But
That was
but those are the rules. I'm sorry. You for Jeff Jones's run, he was off throttle going off course. Obviously, he's like, "Oh, I'm going off course. Let me get off
Everybody
the
was
throttle so I can rotate the car a little more and then get on it."
But
So
it was not an unchaseable run like you say. It was.
I'm sorry if you're slowing down in
Your
an area.
argument
not
of
an-
unchaseable run is
If
wrong.
you're slowing down in an area you're supposed to be accelerating, guess what it is?
It's not an
Unchaseable.
unchaseable
it's not
run.
an unchaseable
Don't
run.
raise your voice. every time.
Unchaseable.
Don't raise your voice.
Unchaseable.
And he wasn't on the brake, so it's not like he was slowing down like with the brake, like brake
it's-
checking. It was a
look,
smooth.
I'll give you this. It's not what the judges want, okay?
Exactly.
I get that, but it's not unchaseable.
It's not unchaseable.
But it's not what the
let's
but it's not what the
get,
judges.
no. Let's get that cleared up. It's not unchaseable. That's what my problem is. You saying it unchaseable? No, that was unchaseable. Slamming your car, slamming the brakes on the car in front of somebody that's trying to catch up to you.
transitioning into it, transitioning through the smoke.
But the chase driver knows he's supposed that.
Oh
he
my
is gonna
God!
slow
So
down.
does the chase driver when he's going super slow.
Chelsea made a major correction to slow down. Correct?
He
He made a major correction to slow down.
no, he didn't. What?
Oh my God!
We watched Asbo, we watched all these other people
Nobody
drive through
broke like
that,
that.
and nobody had to put on the brakes as hard as Chelsea did on that turn. Well, at least I'm not certain the
So
whole
how's
event.
but
But what I'm saying is that he made a correction. He was coming into that last turn too hot, and he had to make a correction by
he
using
was
the.
coming into that area like that all day.
I'm not
If he was
saying
slamming on
that.
the brakes like
Yes,
that all
he
day.
does. He does that. He comes in.
It's
super
way too
fast.
hot.
He comes in way fast, and
Why
then
don't
he
we look at
throws
the
the
final
car
battle?
hard.
Why don't we look at the final battle?
Let's watch
That
the
way
final
we can
battle,
see the see if it happens again. Oh shoot! I did it again.
Oh, Shazbat.
There we go. Okay. So we got the final battle between Dodolfa against Odie. And obviously different approaches over here going over to the final turn. The controversial turn.
Oh, Odie's slowing down hard. Whoa.
No, it was not the same at all.
Oh my God, it was the same.
It's not
Jesus.
exactly the same.
All right, switching sides now. Let's see what happens here. Chelsea Dodolfa taking the lead. Now again, the controversial area. Let's see if Chelsea Dodolfa
butt
does
hurt.
the same amount of braking force.
Oh, bro drops his tire
ouch.
again. Okay, he could.
Yeah, but that's not a major. That's a minor deduction.
It was major when he was going off course on that last turn.
Here we go.
Well, it's because it was Jeff Jones.
Oh, so yeah, same. You could argue it's
not
almost
as
the
much
same.
single. No, he didn't nearly as slow down as much.
It didn't look as much.
I get
It looked from the first angle we saw. It looked really drastic that Chelsea came to a really
Chelsea
really
put a
drastically
ton of angle on it.
ton of angle and left foot brake. What I'm saying though is
Yeah. If I stop in front of a car, it's perfectly fine.
But
He didn't stop. But he didn't stop. He slowed down, but he didn't stop.
pretty close though.
But the problem
pretty
is,
close.
you guys are saying that it's a correction, but in reality, he's just he's within the bounds of what the judges are allowing.
I'm not
Thank
saying it's a
you.
correct. Okay, look. In order to slow down the car, he's flying in there.
Correct.
He needs to throw. Okay, so I can throw a ton of angle to slow down the car.
Correct.
In the decel zone, that's fine. I'm saying that's fine. I'm saying yes, he did bring a lot of. He slowed down a ton, mainly because he's almost he's beyond lock at that point. He was sliding four wheels.
Yes, he was.
That's what caused it to even slow down even faster. I think on that run you see there, he wasn't sliding four wheels.
No,
Correct. He wanted
was
to
at
with
full
less,
lock.
with less angle.
Okay.
it was smoother. It was a smoother transition.
here's the
But
thing.
no, hold on, I'm not done. So he gets back on it. I agree. So he's following the decel zone and the acceleration zone perfectly. I think that's fine. I don't think it's right to say that
Jeff
Jeff
Jones.
Jones.
Jeff Jones's run was unfollowable. Yes, it was wrong in the judge's eyes. He was not on the gas where they wanted him to be on
But
the
to say it
gas,
was
and he
unchaseable
didn't
is-
decel as fast in the decel zone. He has to learn. I have to really decel in this freaking zone and take off on the ass. But to say it's an unfollowable run, which he said, look, he didn't use the decel zone in the acceleration zone properly. We're going to fault him.
He went off course because he went off course. That is one thing. But to
say it's an unfollowable run,
say it's an unchaseable run, it was not an
unchaseable
unchaseable.
run.
Absolutely not. It was smooth. It wasn't a drastic slowdown. Maybe you could slow down. He didn't get back on throttle when he should have. But there's no reason that guy should have spun because he had at least a car length in between him and plenty of space to get in.
Jeff Jones was so smooth on that. I mean, because he really wasn't picking up much speed. He wasn't really much on the throttle. I could see he's pedaling the throttle, but he's not on the throttle.
And he wasn't on the brake.
I don't think he's on the brakes either.
I think he was slowing down, but not on the brakes. The car was just naturally slowing down because
no, I think he was half throttling it.
He was trying to get back on the course, so he couldn't throttle. If he throttled, he would went further out wide.
Yeah.
So he was trying to keep the car on track, which they should have put cones there because being on that track, it was probably really hard to see that.
Well,
because
I saw Asbo go out there plenty of times. I saw Forsberg go out there plenty of times. I saw lots of guys go out there plenty of times. So I don't think that was really the argument there because you literally watch the next couple of battles and they all do the same thing.
So what you guys are saying is you're utilizing Chelsea's battle with Field as the argument to the counter argument for
an unfollowable run.
An unfollowable. Okay.
Because it's not so much that Chelsea did anything wrong. It's just I'm saying if we're talking about things that are unfollowable, somebody brake checking that hard in front of you.
Well, brake check is
it's not a brake check, but somebody decelerating that fast
in front of you.
It's very hard to follow. I mean, only people that would follow somebody would know.
Okay, but
by the time
so much following,
but by the time Matt Field transitioned and saw that Chelsea was slowing down, it was already too late for him to slow down enough to not hit him.
The point is, look at where the incidents happen. The one with Chelsea happened right at the beginning of the zone, where Chelsea was getting back on the throttle. While what happened with Jeff Jones was it was in the middle of the zone as he's coming off course.
I don't think
which would be easier to follow. Which would be easier to follow because there was less.
Jeff Jones trying to say Chelsea's run was easier to follow.
I totally think you're wrong to say that Jeff Jones's run was an unchaseable run. I think you're 100% wrong on that.
Maybe I am, but the way I see it is if the judges are telling me, hey, I need to be...
No, we're not talking about the judges. We're talking about... There's a difference between what the judges are looking for and what's a chaseable and unchaseable run.
Well, what the judges are looking for is that you should be on throttle. And then as a driver...
But that doesn't mean that it's an unchaseable run.
Do you know what
means that he didn't do what the judges want to do. They faulted him for it.
Well, then you got to ask them the proper questions. Like, forget the judges or anything like that.
We said that. We just said that.
No, I know, but I'm talking about like presenting it to know. Like, if you were in the chase position, in your particular in Taguchi's position, would you feel that would be unchaseable?
I would maybe not so much unchaseable, but I would be expecting him to be on the throttle at that point.
So you would spin out?
Yeah, but the thing is, you could see that he's slowing down. So you make as a chase driver, you follow his line.
This is the thing. My thing about it is that guy spun out on purpose. There's no reason for him to spun out. Either he spun out on purpose or he accidentally spun out. But it's not because Jeff Jones did anything.
Jeff Jones didn't cause a spin.
Now, this is what changes my mind about the whole thing as well, is that if he didn't spin out, who would have got the win? I don't think they would have gave it to him.
I think I think Taguchi.
I do not think they would have.
I think Taguchi still would have won.
His lead run was terrible.
Did you see Jeff Jones's follow? He was wobbly all over the place.
We're not talking about follow.
Okay.
I mean, he was way behind.
What Noel's saying is, I think I'll kind of agree with you. I think that what's his name? Taguchi probably had the advantage going into the second one because Jeff Jones was wobbly on that first inner
checked
zone.
Up on him,
yeah. So it was kind of wobbly. So I will say that I think
I will give Jeff Jones credit on the proximity.
He was all over him.
Yeah, he was a lot closer. In fact, if you really think about it, it could have gone one more time in that sense. But because Jeff Jones was not doing what the judges were asking and that they faulted him on
I'm fine with that. I just saying it's
I-
unfollowable is my problem.
Yeah, I don't
care if he did what's wrong with the judges. That's
to say
fine.
that Jeff
The
Jones caused
judges
that spin,
wanted
I
what
think
they
you're wrong.
wanted,
They say it was
wanted what they
unchaseable.
But that's the thing. When we're talking about competition like this,
No,
where
it's not unchaseable though.
it comes down to technicalities.
I get you, but he did the wrong thing in the wrong zone. It wasn't unchaseable. Everybody else could follow that. I mean, there was no reason that you couldn't follow that.
I think we're beating a dead horse.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
I think
Beat me to it, Tim.
Anyways,
Yeah, so
Let's move on.
all those runs were unchaseable. That's it.
You make
That's
the call.
That's the conclusion.
we all could be
All right.
wrong.
All right, so we're gonna move on. FD. Final thoughts on FD. Great.
at
You're
least
excited for the next one.
I'm excited for the next one, and I'm glad that they were able to bang out those 2 rounds. I know it was a lot of work for the drivers, and then the crews really tested the crews, the race teams, the drivers. Everybody went there. I applaud everybody for making it happen. I think it's awesome.
Are they doing that every round?
Every round.
I think that was awesome that FD didn't cancel it and that they were able to do back-to-back rounds. I'm sure it was exciting to watch, so I am all for it, and I thought it was great.
No.
It was definitely a fun weekend that we get to watch so much drifting in one weekend. It was awesome that the teams were able to survive that. And but thinking back, actually D1 has a lot of double header rounds as well.
We're talking about FD though.
Yeah, I know. But okay. I'm saying like, the whole thing about like, the cars aren't gonna make it or not. It is very doable, as we just saw with FD. But D1's been doing this for years, so it's not something that's like, I can't believe they made it. 2 events in a row. And so it is doable, guys.
One would say the FD cars are a little
exhausting for a driver, though.
Yeah.
It is
at a higher
exhausting
caliber.
for the driver, the teams. The cars do get more.
The privateer guys.
The privateer guys are definitely feeling it. But at the end of the day, I mean, drifting is a spectator sport, and us as spectators, I mean, I enjoyed having a whole weekend full of drifting. That was amazing.
Well, one thing, don't forget, during our conversations, you mentioned that you actually feel like it was a better setup because after the first day, you feel like on the second day, based from the experience of the runs from the first day, the drivers pushed even harder,
Right.
because of it.
Yeah, and it was I did mention that, and it was also, yes, the drivers were more comfortable with the track. They were, and since they didn't have to go the next day anymore, they were able to push their cars a little bit harder, not fearing that they have to work on it overnight. And then on top of that, obviously the people who run FD, the judges and all that, they were like, "Hey, I saw some of the issues, and and we're gonna fix that." And that's why on Sunday, the second round, they changed the cones. On outer zone 4, so that way the drivers can see that as they're approaching to see where they got to place their rear wheels.
That they should do a rumble strip on that. I thought it was good. I thought the visuals, the graphics and everything they did for the live stream was a lot better. I mean, there's some hiccups, but I guess you're gonna have those when you start.
Yeah, even
something
after
new.
17 years. Yeah.
I thought the camera views could be a little better. I would like a camera view down on the ground. I don't know. I've always, I like seeing the cars from up top, but there's always something about seeing the cars coming close together, like right ground level. But I'm not a fan of that track. I don't know.
Yeah, the track is.
I don't like the track.
The best. So, but what's the next track? Seattle. Seattle is that's a old classic track, and that's gonna be fun to watch with that high speed bank coming into that very tight and technical ending. That's gonna be fun.
That's gonna test the cars too. Now you're doing higher speed. It's gonna be more stress on the cars. This was very low speed entry.
Oh, it was very low speed, and minimal contact with anything. Just maybe that one
Tire
wall.
wall.
Yeah. But here going to Seattle, you're going really fast, 90 miles an hour throughout the bank, and you got a wall there that if you screw up, you're going right into it. And then coming off of the bank, you got to transition next to a wall into an outer zone that goes along that wall, so that could be kind of scary too. I think we're going to see a lot of carnage there, and I hope that the teams are ready for that, because that's going to be a tough round. And that slowdown in Seattle, coming off the bank into outer zone 2 or 3 or whatever it is, that's a very hard slowdown, and we've seen a lot of crashes there.
Oh, Jeff Jones will be on point on that one. Sandbag, right? Is that what you call him?
He can slow down there.
He can? Oh, okay.
Yeah, in that area. But right after that, he's got to get on throttle, or else he'll do a Chris Forsberg.
Yeah, so
That's one thing is I watching Chris Forsberg drive. His driving just irritates me.
Because on point or just
It's just so It's literally like on the edge of drifting. It's like I'm not really drifting. I am drifting, but I'm not.
well, I
It's
understand
just
what
like
you mean.
it to me. It's just drifting is about like when you see Chelsea drive. It's very exaggerated,
Stylish.
very snappy, very in your face. And when he drives, it's like it's just
Blah.
blah.
Well, I'll say this. Hang on. There's an old.
But it's always the same blah. It's like it doesn't
Consistent,
change.
right.
It's
Yeah.
always consistently blah. And as long as he stays consistently blah, he consistently wins.
Back in the day, there was a lot of people know Kuma Kubo back in the D1 days, or back in like 06, 07, all that. He was always winning events, but he was not very exciting to watch. And now
In that,
It was almost like the
in the
George St.
Impreza?
Pierre.
Yeah, and the Subaru.
Well, the
like-
Impreza sucked. I mean, it didn't suck, but it's the same thing. It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look very.
Yeah, it just
aggressive.
the thing is that he would get really high scores in qualifying and do very well, but he wasn't exciting to watch. But then you had other drivers that were like flying around and doing crazy things, but they would just push too hard and lose the battles.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good comparison to like Chelsea's kind of like Kumakubo back in the day, where he's doing all these amazing runs, but they're boring. And then you got somebody like Chelsea that is like.
You said Chelsea twice.
Yeah, he said Chelsea twice. He meant Forsberg the first time.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Forsberg is the boring guy, but then you have Chelsea that's super exciting or whatever, but he always makes that one
He gets
little mistake.
Noel so excited.
Yeah, he does. I even changed my wallpaper on my phone.
oh
I got
boy.
I got the new car on there, so.
Okay, talking about exciting. Let's see if watching this will excite you guys.
Uh-oh. Woo! That was exciting. This was a lot of fun. Oh, I didn't get to see that.
Whoa,
his wheel came off.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what happened. That was but he
Who's
got
that?
he got it fixed and he got right and he was
Who's
driving
that?
again.
Yeah,
that
he-
was a what
I
was-
forgot his name.
Rob, that's not Rob Brokerage. I want to say Rob Brokerage, but it's not.
No.
him.
No.
I forget. I've seen it. I saw him out there driving.
Is it Collins?
Is that a paint job?
That's not. Brett
or is that a
Collins.
wrap?
It's a well, I don't know. I don't know if it's paint job or wrap, but
I couldn't
I
tell
think it's
you.
a wrap.
But from what I heard is that it was because of a wheel spacer.
Really?
Yeah. So then the rest of the day he just ran without the spacers. His car was.
I'm surprised he was just able to just throw a wheel back on and keep driving.
Yeah, that's crazy. I thought it would have done some
Yeah.
damage,
Holy cow!
but
Yeah, let's replay that again. So
Yeah.
it went by pretty quickly. But to give you guys some context, this
So
is
terrible.
actually is it 2 weeks ago?
yeah, it was
Yep,
2
it was
weeks
2 weeks
ago.
ago.
2 weeks ago, Sebring U.S. Drift Circuit had their Social Drift-Ancing event over at Sebring International Raceway. And it was a fun day. No competition, thankfully. It was just open practice. 2 big tracks. And that allowed us to capture some of this. We did do a live stream there. So if you missed that, be sure to check it out on the U.S. Drift Circuit YouTube page. And yeah, so this is some of the things that we captured. One of it was this 370Z going very fast into the first turn, setting up for
Look at that.
the right
Wow.
sweeper, and in the process lost a wheel because, as Noel pointed out, spacer, correct?
Yeah, that's what I heard from somebody in the pits, that the spacer let go,
Yeah.
and then he was and then the rest of the day you could see he was running without a spacer or spacers.
Another, I would say a highlight was, as you guys mentioned earlier, Mr. Baryon.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. There you go.
Yeah, there he is. That's his just a slow entry, but
Yeah.
once he gets on it, my goodness.
You gotta be a smoke machine. Look at that thing.
Here it goes.
Yeah, that
Look at
thing
that.
just covered the whole track with smoke. I ended up zooming out just to further illustrate it. But yeah, here he comes around and it's just covers the whole thing. And as Noel mentioned, he had to let off for him to go back because of the way how the setup, the course
You
is set
come
up.
back through the smoke.
he
Yeah, you
comes
can
back.
see right there. He went
Yep.
right through it.
So
wow.
that was.
I'd be kind of scared.
Yeah, well, at least he knew he wasn't driving with anybody else. So, but wow,
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was testing for the car. That was
that
his
was a
first
hot
time.
day too, man, wasn't
Ooh,
it?
it was
Yeah.
brutal.
So another highlight is
Yay, there I am.
Mr. Murphy.
That
We
was
go
fun.
out with his 350Z.
A little bump here. That's fun. Bloop.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, some people were really getting crazy over that bump. That rally Miata.
Oh, that car was nuts.
Well, don't spoil it now. Relax.
Sorry. I didn't realize.
Who's blue 240?
That's Simba.
You still have that cone underneath your car?
I think I did. It was in the middle of the track though. Like the cones were all over the place.
You scooped that up pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a cone salad out there.
Was that? And
It was.
not
You initiate and then you're coming out and you're like, there's cones all over the place. Where do I go? You're like, I have no idea where you're going.
yeah. So not to be outdone, Mr. Gabby J.
Oh,
our,
little Gabby.
our Wrangler.
Yes.
The calm,
Is it
cool,
ra-
and
is it ra-
collected, sophisticated fellow with the 350Z that'll blow your ears. Gabby J.
Oh, you straight now. What are you doing, Gabby?
Yeah.
That was his first runs on that track. So after you guys left, actually, he was driving a lot better. He was actually getting pretty rowdy out there
yeah.
at the end.
This was the moment in time that Noel valued his car at $1,500.
Because I would like to buy a car like that for $1,500.
No, it was because of his startup.
Oh, that's right,
startup
because
issue.
the car wouldn't start.
Yeah, you almost didn't get to drive.
Yeah, it was all because
Yeah.
his the immobilizer chip in the key was missing.
Well, he ran over his key.
Yeah, somebody ran over his.
Somebody ran over his key.
and then the chip got lost, and
How did he end up fixing it?
a locksmith came over and
Oh, he got a locksmith?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
yeah, he paid quite a pretty penny. I don't want to disclose that. That's up to
Oh,
him.
really? You got to tell
poor
me
guy.
later.
But I'm not gonna disclose the exact amount. But let's
Call
say
the locksmith.
that he was like, "I'm already out here. I'll do whatever to get
Right.
driving."
Oh, boy.
So
Wow, poor Gabs.
yeah.
Okay, so as Noel mentioned,
Look at this thing, Paul.
Dude,
I saw it.
Oh, you saw
I watched
it?
this, yeah.
Whoa.
I-
he was
yeah,
lifting that
Why
inner
was-
wheel.
Why was he? Why?
I felt this
Why
was
not?
amazing. Why not? Exactly.
I don't know. I don't know
I
why he
wouldn't
was there.
like that. That's like kind of that was worse than going out on this thing.
I
Oh
don't.
my god!
I was surprised it didn't flip. He's got some
Yeah,
good
real-
suspension on it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, like for a rally, like
Yeah, you can see he's barely lifting that inner wheel on the front.
Did anybody talk to him?
No.
Does it matter?
No. Yeah. I'm just saying they should have talked to him and say.
But
No, don't
at
talk to
night-
him. Don't
at night-
discourage him.
I
I'm
can't.
not saying. No, I'm not saying discourage him. I'm just saying.
At
why-
night, he was getting really aggressive, and then
Well,
like
just
to a
really
point,
aggressive.
I just want to know why.
he would
like,
transition so hard that
what
his
was
inner
the
front
thought
wheel would just
pattern here?
lift
Was
off
it
like
like-
6 inches off the ground.
Hey, I'm just gonna go out and have fun. That's fine. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
Let's play that again because that is
the little hop was.
that was a
pretty-
delight.
it's a little hop. Oh wait. Oh, this is not a play again. This is a new one.
No, this is
No,
the
it's
same
the same one.
The same one?
I just
Oh,
replayed the video.
That little hop. It gets a little air, man. That's hilarious.
Does it really need to be that high?
It's for rally, yeah.
I mean, even for rally. I mean,
Yeah.
you've seen most rally cars right now. They're not that high.
Oh, Gabby J himself is in the chat. Hello.
Well, hello there.
Yeah.
Oh man,
So that was that.
I
That's
don't know.
great to
That
see.
is very interesting. I saw that.
I didn't have fun watching it.
I know,
Really?
yeah,
No, I didn't.
It stresses
It
me
just
out.
like kind of, yeah, it does. It's like makes me anxious.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, like when you're at an event and driving and you start watching, you're like, I want to chill for a little, and then you're immediately like,
See that?
I want to drive.
You're like,
Yeah,
go
I
back
can't
to-
look at that. It's just
Oh, okay. All right. And then last but not least, I thought
it's like
this was
watching somebody put pineapple on a pizza. Just it makes you anxious.
relax.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Hey,
So
there's some people who like pineapple, okay?
A lot of
Yeah.
people do. I don't.
last but not least,
Is that an E30?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Sparks
Oh,
tuning.
no.
Yeah.
It's a 4-cylinder E30. It was a
No,
little,
I
yeah.
don't
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
watch
Wait,
this.
why?
He picked it up. He
Quiet, don't-
picked it up. He welded a diff, and he just went out there and just
Oh, so
beat
what's
it.
wrong with it?
Yeah. Well, just keep watching. This is the point where Tim was back. He was tired of
Who's
driving.
this?
He was
Sparks
doing-
Speed Shop.
He was doing some commentary.
The guy from Sparks Speed
Yeah,
Shop?
yeah, the owner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he bought an E30?
He got it for like something stupid cheap and welded a diff and figured he'd just go out there and have at it.
Yeah. So there he goes, coming around the what's it again, the pocket, I guess. And
Boom.
Oh, he finished it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
and then he really finishes it.
Actually, I'm gonna replay that
What do
video.
you mean he really
because-
finishes it?
He keeps trying to go.
Yeah, just keep watching.
Oh man.
Is that why you're going?
Yeah, because these cars, they're not all over the place like they used to be, and it's like
No, E30s are not.
it's like there goes another one.
Yeah, that car's it's pretty beat up though. Like it's rusted out pretty bad. He was leaking all kinds of stuff all over the place.
Oh, well, he was happy.
Yeah, he's like, whatever.
Hang on, let me just replay this with some audio because I did enjoy Tim's commentary on this.
He's somewhat competitive.
Oh, speaking of E30s.
Yeah, that's but he's only got 4-cylinder.
Oh,
And so I already talked to him about it as far as how to set it up. So he's on a welded. Welded's not the way to go.
really?
Not in that car.
An E30, at least, okay, if you have an angle kit, I can
That's
say
nice
yes.
of you, Tim,
Okay.
But
giving advice.
my experience, I was way more consistent on an LSD than I was on a welded.
I think you were like, you knew something was going to happen. You sort of.
He's got a little 4-cylinder,
Yeah.
that doesn't have enough power.
No, those made like what 130.
I don't even know. And he didn't really do much suspension to it. It's all over the place.
Oh.
Well, that was a good drift car. Oh, boy.
No, something's broken on it.
The throttle cable.
No, it's got throttle. It's just I think
Yeah, he can't go anywhere.
he bit something on the
Those cars are so brittle in the front.
or an axle because it's hopping around. I would stop.
What is he doing?
I would stop.
He's still got steering.
Honestly, if an E30's that banged
Look
up,
at this cool guy. Yeah, he's leaking all over the track, though.
Yeah, he should stop.
Yeah. All right.
what is?
So sad.
It's
So sad.
I
I was like,
I hate seeing that.
all right. Poor car.
Just the sound so
It was.
frustrated.
It was like, man. Oh, man. That was.
All right.
That broke my heart.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. I don't like seeing, especially old cars that you don't see too much anymore. Just
man.
going to the wall. Just it just hurts.
I think it didn't really hurt me. I don't know why.
It didn't hurt me at all. I was just.
of course you
I
don't
didn't
like
like it.
BMWs.
No, well, that's for another topic.
I like
but
BMWs. I like my E30.
I don't know. It was like, man, I was all
But I
excited.
literally cut my E30 up into the ground. And
I know, but that was a different time though too.
Yeah.
you could do that, and you could probably get another one for cheap. But I talked to him like I was all excited. I was like, oh well, I got an E30. I was talking about the car. I was like, let's try this, try this,
you
try
know
that,
why?
try that.
You still want your E30.
I do.
That's what it is.
I do.
That's-
I don't
that's
want
what
my
it is.
old E30 back because it's a crumpled
worse
piece
than
of
that one.
Yeah.
You'd be better off
Yeah.
grabbing that one.
Yeah, I would be better off grabbing that one. But no, I do miss the E30.
No, I miss mine too.
I've driven a few. Actually, my uncle had a 318 IS a couple years
Yeah,
ago.
but they suck stock.
Yeah, I mean it was slow, but I just love the way it drove.
No, I'm not
It
talking about
was-
slow. I'm talking about once you put suspension on it and you had it like mine or Tim's, it's a whole different car.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause I drove the car through all the different sides. I tried to drive it with no suspension. I drove my car with just really big sway bars. I drove it with, I think, cut springs. I drove it with $1,800 suspension.
So Olin's, is that what you had or something like
No,
that?
I bought, God, what were they called? Oh, I forgot what they were called. They were
Gas.
Gas coilovers.
gas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
gas.
GAZ.
It's a British
Yeah.
Gotcha.
European.
I mean, they were nice. They came
brand.
with spindle and all. I mean, it was,
It
like,
was really nice. Really nice set of coilovers. But then when I had the coilovers, that car, I mean, I could
Yeah.
put it on Timmy's door.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I never felt a car like that one.
Yeah. Well, my uncle's only had HR race springs and Bilsteins on it,
But you just drove it around the town.
and I just drove it around town. I was in love with the car.
I just like the way they feel. They're nice and tight. They're small. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe one day I'll get another one, but I don't know. Probably
gotta
not.
get 'em now.
Probably not. I'm not. I want one, but I'm not going to get one because of that same thing. If I crash it into the wall, I'm going to be like, I ruined a $3,000 shell.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You crash into a wall, you're gonna flip it.
Well, it's like me with
Like
an 8.6.
literally.
If I get
Flip
another
it.
8.6, it's just to have fun, but not to take it out to the track or anything. It's just having just my little fun street car.
I think I'll have my Z for a while. I mean, I really enjoyed driving it. So
Yeah, I mean, it's you can't go wrong with the Z. We've mentioned this a million times.
yeah.
I mean, it's a car that you could buy, drive on the street. It looks good enough, you know, and then it performs well enough on the track.
And my car was running pretty quick. When I did tandem with people that had V8s and the different people, I didn't feel like anybody was leaving me in the dust. Like I felt like I was backing off a little bit, so give them the space to initiate.
Yeah.
So I had plenty of power.
If you did a 50 shot, you're probably feeling nicer.
100 shot,
You can do a 100 shot.
100 wet. Yeah. But I don't want to put that into it. Because I would do, because I was talking to Jax about that, and they add the nitrous, the stage nitrous kit for that.
Yeah.
That's really the way to go. Do a wet shot in stages. But nah, for what? I mean, the car has plenty of power for what I'm going to do with it.
Yeah.
So.
I think they're fine, almost stock. So
Definitely. So, folks, that pretty much wraps up our episode. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll be coming back. What's the next thing for us? I think clutch kickers, right?
Clutch kickers will be the next event. I would like to
that's
try.
in October.
Yeah.
October 10th. and
Did we get
11th.
confirmation yet?
Yeah, we're going.
Yeah, we're
We're
going.
going. I just don't know how much they're, well, we don't know about the expenses and
Well,
how that's going to
yeah.
work yet. So,
We'll talk about the details.
yeah, the details
later.
and everything like that.
But yeah, just also, you know, obviously if you're on our YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Facebook, go to Drift Sessions, and Instagram, Drift Sessions, all one word.
Hashtag.
What's a hashtag?
Hashtag
Sandbag.
Sandbagging.
Unchaseable.
Hashtag unchaseable.
Yeah, that is basically the main theme.
guys won't let it go. All right.
Nope.
Oh, boy.
Well, I won't let it go either.
All right.
I think I'm right. You guys think you're
Okay.
right. You know.
No, look.
No, we don't think
I
we're right.
agree.
We just
No,
think we're wrong.
I think you are right with the judging. Where I think you're wrong was saying
It was unchaseable.
That's all.
Okay. All right, folks. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll hope to catch you next time. Take care.
Bye.
See you later.